Level 5. More Richard Hyde, Scum and Stay cautious.
What's up, hyperdrivers, and welcome to the Cantina Chat. Hope everybody's having a great week and getting prepared for an even more awesome weekend. We got a great show planned for you guys tonight. Hot Toys has dropped an insane amount of collectibles, as well as other companies, and I have curated all of these delectable delights for you guys to check out. And hopefully, you might buy something tonight. So make sure you send your wives out to go get a pizza or lock the door, put on a headset, something. You know, so they don't come after you hang out on the show.
We're talking to you, Lewis.
Yeah. And on top of that, Disney Lucasfilm delivered on a hell of a promise with Andor, and we're going to talk about the last 3 episodes and also how it's changed Rogue One for us. You know, I really was skeptical about that when Diego Luna was promoting it that way. You know, because often you hear actors say these big things, and then you see it, and you're like, "What were they talking about?" Right? But man, honestly, I saw Rogue One last night, and it was different.
He wasn't lying. He was not lying.
No, he was.
It was so cool. So yeah, we're gonna get to it. With me as always is my man Frankie. What's going on?
What's up, buddy? What's up? Damn, I really gotta get that freaking chair out of here.
I thought it was a motorcycle or something.
It's a cool looking chair, though.
Yeah.
It's whenever the kids come over to play.
Oh, okay.
We're playing Fortnite, so
nice. You've been playing that Star Wars Fortnite?
Yeah,
dude.
Yep. Oh hell yeah!
I've been seeing the some of the videos, and I saw like the AT-ATs in there, like coming out. I was like,
yeah,
what?
Dude, it's freaking crazy.
Cool.
He's been flying around. He likes to fly me around on the X-wing, so I'll have a lightsaber, and then he'll fly the X-wing around.
That's awesome.
And we just shoot people all over the map.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Fun.
All right, man. We got Ralph in the house. What's going on?
What's up, guys? Happy to be back. Sorry to make it Tuesday, but man, that show did not disappoint.
Right?
No.
I'm glad to have you back, man.
Yeah.
And coming back for another episode, we got my man Mike in the house. Dad Vader, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah,
hanging out. Just chilling. Just fearing for my wallet with all that stuff that is getting dropped.
You know what you could do is just tell your wife this is payback for all the Amazon packages I receive at the door that do not belong to me. So there you go.
I can't even do that because the Amazon packages all belong to me.
All yours. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a losing battle for you.
It is a losing battle for me, man. I had to pick up the room the other day, and I was moving boxes all around. I'm bringing them downstairs. My wife's like, "Where are all these boxes coming from?" I was like, they gave it to me.
They gave it to me.
So you and the Amazon guy or girl, do y'all have like a secret handshake that y'all got now?
Yeah, there's a special knock at the door, so that way she knows, All right, man. Hey, before we do get too far along on this show, though, we do have something serious, a little serious to talk about. Last Friday, a good friend of ours, Scott Berry, from the Spice Runners Lounge, he's part of the community. He's one of my best friends, man. Real nice guy.
His wife.
He had a heart attack on Friday. Hey, Janine's in the house. Hey, Janine. He had a heart attack this past Friday. He's pulled through, and thank God, because he's definitely a good person. And right now they have a GoFundMe going on right now to help cover the medical expenses and to help out with their family and everything. So Frankie's going to post a link in the chat.
It's in there right now.
If you can help and and donate, if you can, even whatever you can do, every little bit helps. Or if you can share the link out to your friends, and that also helps as well, just to get the word out there. We're just trying to help her out. So Scotty, if you're watching this, man, love you, bro. Glad you're still with us. A man strong, bro. I'm like, he made it through, bro.
He's a Viking. He's a Viking.
He's named the Viking.
The beard that got him through, right?
Power of the beard.
The power of the beard.
So yeah. All
I'm very
right.
happy he's still with us. So
Yeah, man.
The most
That
important
was shocking, bro. When I woke up on Saturday to that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't any normal heart attack. It was a
Yeah.
widowmaker.
and Jedi Niner, you need to get some rest while you can.
Yeah.
So rest up while you can, sweetheart.
All right. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Let's
Oh,
get
he
this
is
show going.
watching. Scott,
Hey, there he
He
is.
is
He is watching.
Scott, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you, man. All
Was
right.
he still in the hospital, or did they actually get to go home? I know they
I
were
think they're
working
still
on
at the
getting home.
hospital right now.
You still at the hospital?
Yeah.
At least he's pulling through.
Yeah.
You got Rob Zombie in the house. What's going on, bro?
What's up, Rob?
Yes, sir.
You got Pat's fan. What's going on, brother? Kenny?
Pants fan. Ken, just change your name, bro. Just
Just
put,
change
put
it.
Pants fan. I saw y'all schedule. It's weak.
Darth Shizzle's in the house. What's going on, dude?
Ah, my brother from Arkansas.
Got Brandon H. Hey, guys.
Brandon.
Got the deluxe. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
he's starting out early, man.
yeah, he is.
Dang.
He already said.
No. He just saw the post. And buy it now. Buy it now.
Lewis, what's going on, dude?
There he is.
There
There, yep. George
got
is going to
Xena?
influence you.
What's
Xena.
going on?
he is. Hey.
Sub Xena.
And let's pass down. We got Alexandro in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up,
Alejandro?
man?
El Gemelo.
I got his box out this week. I got
Hey,
there you
look
go.
at you.
you know,
Progress as promised.
I did. Now I just got to get your hat out, and I'm almost caught up.
Yeah, yeah. I got a Tauntaun hat waiting for me.
Got Miles in the house. What's going on, dude?
What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
guys?
What's up?
And I think I already said what's up to Darth Shizzle, but I'll do it again. Got the
Finizzle.
Dad Vader and pulling double duty over here.
You know that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Got Frankie pulling double duty.
Ah.
That dude's so awesome.
Connor Colarusso. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Connor?
Hope you're
Oh,
doing good.
the Gator wrestler. That's
The
right.
Gator wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what? He's wrestling gators?
Dude,
Bro, you
that's
weren't here
him.
for last Friday,
Yeah,
man.
look,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
him.
That's him in the picture, bro.
That's him.
Boy, listen,
The Gator's name is Chester.
I got a 4-footer. You can come get him. He's in the backyard right now. I'm not lying to you. He's in the backyard looking at my dog.
Got Chris Elliott in the house. What's going on, man?
What's up, Chris?
Elliot,
What's up?
and there was fire.
Yes, it was.
Hell yeah.
Board Cube 102. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Borg?
Good evening, sir.
Len, what's going on?
Len with the fire avatar picture.
Got Eben in the house. He's with us in
Yeah.
spirit today. Covering
Feel
from
better.
a little sick. But he'll be on the Spice Runners tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune into
Yeah.
that 9
Tune in
o'clock tomorrow. Yeah. All right. We got said hi to Janine, but we'll do it again.
Yes. Strong, Janine.
G-Force Racing. What's going
G-Force.
on?
Damn,
G-Force
ain't seen him in a minute.
G-Unit.
Darth Marmar's in the house. Hello, everyone.
And
Reminds me of
Orlando.
what's her face off of Thor
What's that?
when she was trying to say Mjolnir.
Mjolnir?
Mir.
Meow meow.
That was funny in the documentary that the director wanted to change the name of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the whole thing because you guys
Oh,
told me
did you?
about
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
good,
was like,
right?
blown
Awesome.
away. A lot
Yeah.
of cool information. And I started watching the Star Wars one that they got.
Yeah,
Star Wars
Star Wars
one's
is-
really
yeah.
good. That
Yeah.
one's really good. Yeah. Rocket City Sith in the house. What's going on, dude?
They robbed
House
them. You
Toys
see
has
that?
robbed me.
Hot Toys is, man, me too.
Yeah. Stole
Yeah,
your wallet.
personal vendetta against all our wallets.
Mhm.
Freaking killed me on Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Yeah, because Andor was Tuesday. They didn't even give a shit that we were up watching Andor.
Bah, bah, bah,
Yep.
bah. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Where am I? Jedi
Going, keep
Niner, Xena. You got primetime reviews in the house.
There
What's
he
going
is.
on, dude?
What's up,
About
Prime Time?
time.
Steve, what's going on?
Hello, Steve. Blackhawks. I see you.
You got Nilda. What's going on?
There she is.
Hilda.
Hey, Nilda.
All right. And Coy Hall. What's going on?
Boy.
DCJ JRT10. I haven't seen that name in a while.
Hola, amigos.
What's going on, dude?
What's up,
Nameless is in the house. What's up,
Yeah,
bro?
there he is.
Ah,
That bad lip reading Yoda was amazing.
yeah, that was funny. I saw it.
OBP, what's going on, dude?
What's up, Pete?
So,
And I think I'm caught up.
Did you get Untini?
Just say it.
Oh, yeah, Justin Jacobs, right?
Justin,
There you
Justin,
go.
you
You
got
see?
Justin.
Justin Jacobs is there.
Yeah, try to save you. Nerf herders.
What's up, Jeffs? Wherever you are in the world.
Multiple,
There you go.
multiple Jeffs. It's
All
plural.
right. I
You
think I'm
got
caught
all
up.
the Jeffs.
There
All
you
the
go.
Jeffs in the world. No, there's only one. All right, man. So we're gonna save Andor for the end, like we've been doing.
Yep.
The Mando Marine's in the house too. Catch him too.
Yeah,
We're
hey.
gonna save Andor for the end. So that way, if you haven't already watched it, make sure
Go
you go and
watch
go
it.
check it out, and then you can come back and watch that with us or talk about it with us at the end of this episode. So let's jump into the collectibles and see what the hell happened. It's because, Andor ended at what 11:30. Our watch party 11:30, 11:40. I went to bed. I barely got any sleep. Next thing you know, at like 3:00 in the morning, my phone is going off the
Bling.
hook
Bling,
because
bling.
Hot Toys is dropping exclusives at 4:00 in the fucking morning. Like, who does that?
People in China.
Man. All
All I
right.
know is I woke up to a bunch of pictures of different Hot Toys. I'm like, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Please hold on to the bar. That's all I gotta say.
And not Hot Toys that you can be like, yeah, that's cool, and just kind of keep going. But
Cool ones.
they had to like stop and look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Total bangers were being dropped.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
Ooh,
It's back here.
it made you go into a 2-line phase.
Yeah. And now it's taking a minute to get back to the main page of it. So we'll talk for a second. We'll get that back and working.
You got to replace that 1070 card, bro.
Man, I do, bro.
Complying.
I do, man. You know that one of my coworkers comes up to me the other day and he's like, "Oh, I got the new 5070." He's like, "I heard that you got the 5080. How's that working out for you?" And I'm just like, I'm like, did nobody
up.
tell you? Like, why are you talking to me about this right now, man?
Push buttons, man.
Yeah, they did tell him. That's why he's talking about it.
Yeah. All right. I think I got it back. Here we go. All right, we'll start off with this one.
Get it.
All right. So first up is this one here.
That badass motherfucker.
The Airborne Trooper, man.
Airborne.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
This
That
is
is
killers
really
because
cool.
this we've been waiting on for years, man.
Years he's been on their site.
Freaking
That's
years.
cool.
So good. That helmet looks great.
I like all the details to the greebles on his side.
Yeah.
The weathering is freaking
The
on
weather.
I love that he has the what's it called, George? The skirt
The comma?
starts with
No.
a K,
Yeah,
right?
comma, I think.
Yeah, the comma. I don't think there's another. Well, other than the ARC troopers,
Right.
yeah. But man, I really like him.
Me too, man. I like
The
those side-
shoulder, the
Yeah.
shoulder looks really cool.
Mhm.
The ammo, damn.
Yeah, he is badass.
That's the shot right there.
Yeah, he is really, really badass, man.
Yeah.
This one I didn't hesitate on. So talk about a blind order, man. Like I said, like 4:30 in the morning, my phone's going off the hook with this shit, right? I can't find my goddamn glasses, So all I'm reading barely is air, and I see the B. I was like, does that say Airborne and 212? So I was like, fuck it, I'm just
Got it.
order, Then I find my I find my glasses later, and I'm seeing the pictures. I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. I'm glad I ordered it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it
Is
sell
it sold out?
It's sold out. Yeah, it's on the wait list now.
It's
Ooh.
on wait list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can find it on eBay for the 500% markup.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
got
this
that
one.
coming in 6-inch for the Black Series, but it's a bootleg from overseas, but he
Oh.
custom made it.
Really?
But I didn't know this was coming, or I might have spent on that one.
The only critique I got is the gun. That gun could have been done just a hair
Little
better.
bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a hair
I
better.
think, don't they have those guns on all of them?
Yeah, I think it's the standard
Yeah,
guns they issue
standard,
for all
yeah.
of them. Yeah.
I thought the Airbornes had different rifles or snipers, or
I didn't even know.
Oh man,
I
look
think
at a
we'll
little
look.
bag. He's got his messenger bag and everything.
In all honesty, I barely remember seeing these in the Clone Wars,
I
Like in the
mean,
Clone
I
Wars
think
cartoon.
the only time I really remember was in live action in Return
Yeah.
of the Jedi, when you see one like going like this, and they were
That's
attacking the
Chris.
little droids. That's it.
That's it,
You
right?
know?
It's like
That's the
you know what really got me on it was the more recent fan film that just
Oh,
came
the
out,
fan
right?
one. Yeah,
Dude, Dude, the way they came out fighting, I was like, yo, the 212th are fucking badass, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that one I sent you that one day, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
When they're coming in on the transport and they're all just chilling, and,
and they got the rock music playing, and you know what? That was good, man.
It was damn good.
If you guys haven't seen that, you know, Frankie, if you can find it or anybody can find the link and throw it up in the
You
chat
gotta
for these
send me
guys.
that one. I haven't seen that.
You haven't
one.
even seen that either?
Dude, it's
No.
badass.
Oh man,
dude,
it's awesome.
Cody in there goes off too. That's what I like.
And that's another reish.
Yeah, that is a reissue, kind of.
Yeah, some people
Kind
are
of.
pissed, but
So yeah, no, I ordered this right away, and then I had a joke with the guys afterwards. I was like, "Which ones do you think is gonna go on waitlist first, the Airborne or Cody?"
no,
You know?
that's for sure.
We all thought the Airborne. I think they went out. I think Cody went out second. I think we were right.
I mean, Cody, they hadn't made him. They hadn't, you know, he was out a long time ago, so you couldn't get him unless on the secondary market. So I knew it would sell. Plus the benefit of having the Phase 1 helmet with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really what this one has a benefit on.
Yeah, because it's the same sculpt,
Mhm.
everything, including a lot of people were complaining about the paint. It's literally the same paint job.
Okay, so then this post you're fixing to see, this link, that's for the 212th fan film.
For the 212.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely check that out. If you guys haven't seen that already, save that. Watch that later. Don't check it out yet because I want you to hang out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when you watch that, you're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm glad George put me onto that."
Yeah, that
You're gonna
Cody
like
is beautiful. I love him. I have him there next to Rex. He's great.
I'm wondering if it's a little different though, man. It's because first of all, like it's this one's USB powered. It's not battery powered.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So I'm wondering how the wire is gonna go into the arm. You know?
Because you know, and valid statement too, because the Rex that they released
Mhm.
was different from the other Rex that they released. The one that had the Phase 1 and the Phase 2 helmet.
Yeah, but that one was
different.
based on a
the live action.
Yeah, the live action. So that one had kind of the cosplay look to it.
Yeah.
This one
He
is
was a little chunkier.
Yeah, he was a little chunkier. That's right. This one, it essentially looks like the same body all the way around. You get the helmet though, which is cool.
Right.
Yeah, and they won't sell that thing by itself. So
Is that like
Some other
different
efforts.
holograms too?
Yeah, this one has different holograms.
Yeah.
I think the first one may have had all those holograms, but I know I thought it only had the Palpatine.
I think it only had the Palpatine.
Yeah.
Does the
Not
hologram light up too?
Yes. That's where the light up effect comes from.
Yeah.
Goes into the hand and then it lights
And
up
this
from there.
one's USB, so you got the cable running, right?
That's
You
cool.
should have a cable running, but I don't know where they're going to put the cable at.
Yeah, I'm happy I don't have the cable.
Yeah, I prefer not the cable, right? I'm
Yeah,
the
just
same
give me
way.
the battery. I'll change it.
You don't want to know where the cable goes.
It plugs in.
Plugs into his ass.
plugs into the P Diddy, right?
The USB port on the back.
Oh, hey,
That's why that skirt's there on the other one.
yeah, it hides it.
And the base does not have the footprints in the sand. That's what Lewis says. I don't know because I never displayed mine with the base. I'm looking at it.
I never put mine with a base.
Yeah.
That helmet looks rocking. I love that helmet.
Yeah, I do like the Phase 1, right?
Yeah, it's special.
So I ordered this one too.
Okay, you had to, but you already had the other one, right?
I have the other one. I wanted to see,
The
you know,
difference.
if I like this one better than the first one. And if I like this one better than the first one, I just saw the first one and keep this one, you know?
There you go. You can do a comparison.
Yeah.
Would
and I can do a
Would
comparison.
the helmet
Obviously.
be compatible with both of them?
I don't know. Yeah, that's another
Like if
thing.
you
I wanna
like
find out.
if you like the first one and you just take the helmet.
Yeah, you got to test that
Yeah.
out, George.
It's definitely not a 2.0 head sculpt because they don't have the rolling eyes on it.
Correct. It's not. It's the
Yeah.
same sculpt.
Damn good sculpt though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really
that
cool
sculpt
one.
is damn good.
I can't wait to see Wolf's sculpt.
Yeah,
With a
right? With
bad
the eye.
Yeah, with a bad eye.
That's gonna be. Did you order that one?
Yeah, that one I did.
You
Yeah,
got Wolf. Nice.
yeah, Wolf I had to.
Yeah, that's
Yoda.
cool.
And Fives and Echoes. So
Yeah.
That's a cool pose.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was
is
a
a cool
cool
pose with
pose.
the
and
gun.
I'm
That
like,
right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice pose right there.
he's ready for breaching. Ooh, it looks great.
Yeah.
Really hot.
Freaking
Oh,
dope.
that's pretty cool too though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have mine with the communicator.
Oh my fucking god, it's Rick.
There he is.
Hey,
Evening,
the
sir.
man.
But let me tell you, looking at those two helmets, if I was to pick one, I'd still go with the last phase.
Mandamarine has the OG sideshow. Oh, the bust. Oh yeah, the bust is dope.
Oh yeah.
Don't
I
you
agree.
have that? Don't you
Yeah,
have
he
that?
has that, Ralph.
Yeah, I got that. I got it back there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got that one and the quarter scale. Where he's
yeah,
just
that's a
running.
nice bust.
Hidden behind all your X-Men stuff.
No, bro. Those are front and center. What you talking about, man? Those are right there. Look at that, baby.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
All right, those are right in the
I can
middle,
see.
man.
You just the focus was over there on Professor X and all them. So.
Oh God.
We got another
Oh,
exclusive,
cool.
which is the chopper.
Chop, baby. Come on.
Oh, look at
Get
him.
ready.
This is the only one that didn't sell out.
It's all right. You know what though? It was pretty cool that it came with the mouse droid
Yeah,
as well as the droid from the game.
the BD1. Yeah,
I think this is more about Rebels fans, right? Because you
Yeah.
had to be watching that episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, but this guy wasn't in that episode.
BD1 wasn't in the episode, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
It was not.
So it's like but they haven't released the Cal Kestis.
No.
That's all the flash plastic that was left over, and they had to do something with
Yeah,
it.
they're like, the
We'll make some
plastic, I love that.
extra. I mean,
Stuff
you
on the
can
side.
change his skin in the game to the Imperial one. So I don't know
Yeah.
if
You
that's
can.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering just the other day when they were going to release this, or if they were.
I agree, Lewis.
Yeah.
That's definitely my plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like this was an odd release. Like if you had Cody and you had the Airborne, why not release a deluxe 212th battalion trooper?
That's all they needed was a trooper, man.
Dude.
And
you would've
that's another
sold-
one that we've been waiting for 7 years. Like
Yeah.
you said.
And those are just a simple repaint on that one.
You don't even
You
need
know?
as much of the stuff that you have on the Airborne.
Nope.
It's just simple.
Nope. They could have taken the 501st one, which they got a whole ton of that, you know,
Repaint them.
repaint. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I would have ordered the third that too. Then you'd have one, every
Right.
trooper you need.
Yeah, then you can do a whole battalion.
Mm-hmm.
You can build a whole squad.
Yeah.
The mouse droid was a nice little addition because I think he's like 240?
Yeah. He's not that expensive.
Yeah, he's
About
not, but
240.
at least you get the mouse droid as well.
That's funny. The thing about this that I like most about it is the mouse droid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't highlighting it in the picture as much
At all.
at all. They were just doing the BD1, and I was like, okay, but you get the mouse droid. That's a nice little pickup.
Is that because you got the mouse droid now? So it's kind of like
Well, no, because I haven't seen a 6-scale mouse droid yet. I don't know of any of the ones that come with it.
He loves that mouse droid, man.
I do like that mouse droid though.
that mouse droid needs to go with Chewbacca though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool with Chewbacca.
Yeah.
The thing is that a lot of people comment, not a lot of people, but a good amount of people commented on the video that it's not 1-to-1 scale, that it's bigger than what it would be in the movie. And it's really hard to judge the size of that thing. It's because Chewbacca is so freaking big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't there next to something to just scale it.
Right.
But
Yeah, I love that thing though.
I'd put a new RC motor on that sucker and monster truck tires on that little
Monster truck.
Yeah, having to do it wheelies in the back. Wah!
I think that thing
Somebody
could
take
go off road
the
already.
brain of
Yeah.
with the what do you call it? The Roomba. Take the brain of that,
Yeah,
put it
take
in
the
the
Roomba.
mouse.
The Roomba, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you like a redneck stuck in a Hispanic body?
I may be. Wajito,
You got the big truck.
I got the big truck. I want to put 35s on that sucker. I already
Put
got
some
the
big
horn.
tires on that.
Yeah. The horn I got, the air horn, I was really going to go put the Dukes of Hazzard's horn on. I really
know.
was. But
I'm
it was
just
like,
I would have done the Dukes of Hazzard over that.
What I want to see happen is him go mudding in that pond in his backyard and see what his neighbors do.
no, I can't. The truck it'll sink in there.
Oh, did you try already?
No, I know how deep it is. I know how deep that sucker is because I came during construction.
That's funny, man. All right, let's see what's next, man. This is pretty cool. So the chopper was 235.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's
And
not
you
bad.
You get a lot of things with it.
You do get a lot.
35, 3 droids.
And
Yeah.
I mean, Chopper does look good.
He does.
It's nice greeblies
I
and
mean, if
everything.
you
on
do
it.
a whole what
Mhm.
if series, you can have him as an Imperial, the droid, the mouse droid. You can have
Well, if you collect all the
Dark
droids too,
Killer. Yeah.
because at one point that was a thought of mine. I was trying to get all it, but at the time K2SO was just way too expensive.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I thought I had a Jawa. I had at the time I had a Jawa, the junk droid. Sorry, the Gonk droid.
the Gonk- Gonk.
I had both the BB-8 and the Imperial version of the BB-8, R2, 3PO. I think those were the droids I had at the moment, and I was trying to get others. Chopper still wasn't available yet,
No,
but
he
K2 was like $800. You know,
Yeah,
I was
secondary
Good
market.
Lord.
yeah. It's like
And
I'm
now
not paying
they're
$800.
releasing it, and they're releasing a K2 now.
Yeah, now they got the K2, which I kind of want to get now because
Yeah, I know.
that TV show, he's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was.
It's funny how the Kimonis didn't tell Obi-Wan when he visited the facility that the clones had chips installed in them.
Yeah, of course, that was top secret. They
But
weren't.
how are they getting that done with nobody knowing about it?
Yeah.
Insane.
The dark side clouds everything. All right. What else came out? Hey, the thing that this is awesome. Is that the collector's version? Yeah, we'll do the collector's version, then we'll go to the deluxe. So
I noticed this.
the Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith dropped today.
Yeah, he looks a little skinnier, which he did because
Which he did.
Yeah.
because it's
Mhm.
Hayden. He looks really good.
Well, he burned a few pounds off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
He
Just a
burned some of the fat off.
He sure did.
He's lean and mean. Twisty.
So this version is pretty good. I think it's like 300. How much was this one? This was like 335, 315 for this
He's doing the
version.
Cough pose too.
Yeah. The deluxe version, I think, is the better way to go with this, even though it's more money. But just my opinion.
I don't know. I saw something here that was pretty cool.
I like the cape. You got to swap out cape,
wires.
one with wires in it.
Oh, nice. So you got swap out.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because I've got the ESB Vader,
Yeah.
and he's got that heavy cloak, and I love that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the A New Hope. I got a few different Vaders.
You notice the base is different on this, right, George?
Yes, the base on this one is different, which is the
It's
Return
an
of the
Imperial.
Jedi.
Yeah, it's a nice base. I like this
Yeah.
base than the other ones.
This is the same base that came with the Return of the Jedi. I think I believe they had two bases on the Return of the Jedi one, or maybe three.
But the next one that you're showing does not have this base.
It doesn't. I know.
I
So
was
the base
pissed
on this
at
one
that.
lights up too.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nice.
real nice.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Sculpt's nice.
The
That's
sculpt's
Oh,
good.
I was saying,
It's
his
really
crispy
good.
face is
Yeah,
delicious.
it's gross. It's gross.
Little honeycomb.
Yeah, man.
Reminds me of KFC right there. Look at that.
Mhm.
Crispy.
Kentucky Fried.
That is crazy.
You want that fire or mild?
Extra spicy, please.
This is sick.
That's when it was
Yes,
extra medium.
Interchangeable capes. I also like that you have this wrist like this.
Yes, I caught that when he was doing the other pose.
So
Yep.
the folding of the arms, I was gonna say that's a hard, because I've tried doing that with some of these, and they
You
must have
can't,
done
yeah.
something different with it.
No, this is a swap out hand. I think this is a solid piece. That's not.
Oh, completely swap out?
Yeah,
Oh,
look.
yeah.
See the hand
Yeah.
right there?
Okay,
Yeah.
so it still can do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
Makes
is
sense.
cool because if you look at the originals, this one is Return of the Jedi that he's comparing to. Look how the hand is on this one.
Oh, snaps, yeah.
Yeah,
Big
That's
difference.
the iconic pose. Like
Even the
doing
right hand
Vader,
looks
you have
different.
to
that's
Yeah.
his pose
Oh,
whenever in New Hope when he's talking to Leia.
Yep.
Right. Right.
That's a signature pose. You got to do that as a Vader.
Yeah, he does look leaner.
This is the Return of the Jedi one, I believe. Or yeah, this is the Return. This is the Return of the Jedi. Yeah, this is the Return of the Jedi.
This is Richard, this is Richard.
I gotta think about that for a second.
Yeah, the
All
one
right.
on the left is definitely
The one,
Yeah.
yeah.
the
All right.
older one.
And then this is the deluxe version, and it comes with this freaking awesome
That's really cool. for
That's
the
totally.
droids
What's
and
the price point on that one?
$495.
That's not
That's
bad
worth it. It's worth it.
for
Mhm.
everything you're getting with it.
Oh yeah.
I love the fact that you can hold the helmet in different
was-
pieces.
Yeah, if it can hold all that and keep
Yeah.
its strength, that'll be pretty cool.
That's
And
the
all
way I
those
would
droids.
display it. But that's
Right.
the one Vader mask I don't like because it doesn't really match up to the other ones. But
Right.
I would display it just like that.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
one.
it's like the journey of Vader, right?
Yeah.
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 He's about to be born.
Would have been cool if they would have done it where his eyes were like wide as it was
Right.
being forward.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be cool. I love that it comes with these droids too.
Yeah. So they're just
And-
like repurposed pit droids.
They kind of look like pit droids, right?
Yeah. No.
No.
And that's the only reason I could not do that one.
Yeah,
Because that's all I would sit there and think.
I can't do that pose.
He wants Vader in his back to tank.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a cool one too, man.
That would be real nice.
Yeah, that's got to be
I've
coming
seen-
soon.
I've seen some people do some 3D prints of it where he's
Yeah.
kind of like floating in the tank, but they haven't put water in there. I was like, I think that'll mess it up. Like it'll float up, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
it
No,
looks
it's-
pretty dope.
It's resin. You can dump resin in there. It's like what you use for the
Oh yeah.
for the tables that they do.
Yeah, but I've seen where they make a clear tank,
Yeah.
and then they put like bubble stickers, and you put them all on the glass in certain areas, and when you look at it from a certain angle, it looks like he's floating in water.
Bubbles.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So everything else is the same except it doesn't come with that base, the separate base that came with the other one.
That's a bummer. You should have had that base.
They were like, no. I mean, they got to give you selling points for each one, right?
Yeah.
I
Well,
usually
like
don't.
I said,
That'd have been so much with this one.
but like I said, the Return of the Jedi one came with all the bases.
Yeah.
You know, but again, if you bought it like this, why would you even use the other base?
Yeah.
So
It's going to be like the Grievous Hot Toy. Everything's going to fall apart and not stay in position.
oh shit, don't say that, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
first of all, we don't know yet what the Grievous Hot Toy is like. That's the Sideshow Hot Toy. And Sideshow didn't make this. The Grievous Hot Toy is the school's still out on that one. When that one comes in, we'll find out if that's worth the wait on that.
I think Ryan likes this one.
I think
Yeah,
so.
bro.
Just a little bit.
How many of you guys ordered it right away, man? I saw a lot of people ordering it. They're worried that it's going to sell out. It's not limited yet. They didn't
It's
give it this.
promo for real
Yeah.
because it's gonna go.
Well, yeah, I think this is going to be the one that sells out first, but you know, it hasn't yet. So
And like that video said a long time ago, yesterday's
Whoa.
price, it's not today's.
Dude, that's
Damn.
dope.
That looks great.
Look at that.
That's cool.
Jeez.
It does look really cool.
That's freaking crazy detail, and that's pretty spot on.
Right?
Way to freaking go the extra mile.
Yeah.
That's damn near with your half scale one.
Mm. Right? Shit.
Careful, they're listening.
I know. Sideshow, you did great. You delivered
How-
just exactly what you promised. A broken
Did a
figure.
good job.
How tall is that, or how long is that from the
Table?
Oh,
yeah
from
from
here
the
to
table
here?
to the top of the arm?
I don't know if it gives the dimensions. Let's find out. Let's find out.
George will have his tape measure with him.
I bet
will.
Sideshow's got like a voodoo doll of George.
They probably do.
That's why his shoulders hurt.
That's probably why. And the Thursday show is coming to make sure I'm in pain.
Yeah.
What's up, Skinny Fit? We're
Just
just
no
on here trying to make
details.
sure people spend money.
Yep.
Doesn't
Every
really
money.
say, man. They
Yeah,
give you the
you're gonna
box
have to look at it.
dimensions. They say that it's 13.7. It's like 13 3/4 inches long or tall.
That's what she
But
said.
But it's got to be Vader.
Yeah, that's got to be Vader.
So you could plan on it being a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah, you're gonna need some space.
Boom, boom.
I mean, something like that, you're going to want to be able to look all the way around it anyway.
Oh, dude, and they just came out with the Sidious also, right? So you could have Sidious there right next to him with a big old smile. Woo!
Yeah.
That would be a nice one.
With the different
yeah.
clothes.
Good point.
everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love the cape.
They're definitely killing it.
Now I want a Krennic.
Mm.
Oh,
With the finger.
with the finger
Finger.
pose.
That was
This is dope.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good
Congrats to
job,
everybody
guys.
that got one.
Good shot. Good job, Hot Toys.
That Toys always does a great job.
I like
Releasing
it, but
this
it
at
would
9
be
o'clock,
around.
though.
What's Cass saying?
Like it would be around
Ouch.
800 to 850 Canadian after conversion, shipping, and
Canadian,
taxes.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Dude, we just need to build you a tunnel.
right?
We'll get it to come up
fun.
through your shed.
Oh, you get the little metal plaque on some
You
of
get
these,
the little
right?
metal plaque. Yeah.
There you
So
go.
they sell
Dang.
4 different versions of this though. You can get it
Yeah.
with the plaque or without the plaque, and then
And
the
then you
same
get
price.
The
But it's
special edition, and then you get the collector's edition.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm out. There's no coin. I'm out.
There's no coin. There's no red coin.
kind of like a coin. Oh. Love the table, but some shots where it looks like he should be getting his teeth cleaned. It's the
This
dentist
is-
table.
This is the
Dentist.
anti-dentite.
And that's how Dewback comes in.
The anti-dentite Vader. I think that's the first one we did.
All
Yeah.
right, so we got
Jason
those.
kills me, man.
All right, and then this was announced, and it's going to be dropping tomorrow.
Yeah. Another one. Back to back to back. Get your money,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, there you go, Alejandro. Underground Hot Toys Railroad for Caz.
For Cass. So
Don't
this
pay
is
your
the,
mortgage yet, son.
Oh, hello
the
there.
Jesus version of Kenobi.
Yeah, Jesus.
So it's an artisan edition.
Oh, so he's got real hair. So
He's
you
got
can
real
comb
hair.
it. That's what
Is anybody gonna buy it for Graham?
Mm.
Put it next to a candle.
No,
Probably hard to get.
Put 'em
Actually,
in-
they're making like 3,000 of these ones.
Put him in the manger, in the nativity scene. See if
Yeah.
anybody notices.
I think this
On the
figure's got
cloud.
like an edition size of like 3,000. I'm not mistaken.
That shot right there does not look good.
Right?
It doesn't look
Did
like
it-
him.
He looks a
Yeah,
little thick.
That looks like Wasping Obi-Wan.
Must be.
Do you have the side by side of the two different ones?
I don't.
I thought it was the next pick. Which one?
No, I don't think they show them. Or they do show them.
It
Look at
is. Yeah.
that. It is the two of them, huh? Or is
When
it the
he's on
same
his
figure?
No,
diet.
no, it's the same one with
On
just
his-
his eyes.
No, it's the same figure.
It's the same figure, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's his
Oh, yeah, it
artisan
is. It's the
edition of
hair.
both, yeah. Separate
Yeah.
rolling eyeballs, so you can make him cross-eyed.
The one on the right looks like a Theo Vaughn version. The sculpt is off for me. It does
Yeah.
not. That sculpt does not look good.
Yeah, the sculpt isn't on this
It's-
one, but I think the other version of him, the sculpt is better.
I
And
think it's the
there's
same
chests.
sculpt that they use for all of them, though.
Oh my God, forehead.
The forehead. I think it's the same sculpt they use for all of them, though. No.
Many Bothans died to supply Obi-Wan's hair.
It's pretty good.
Let's pull up this one here real quick.
Yeah.
So here's the
Drunk
the,
Thor.
the Clone Wars version.
See, that looks more like Ewan McGregor.
Maybe because of the hair.
But that was that doesn't look like Ewan McGregor on the
Look
other
at,
one.
look at
No?
the last picture.
No,
I try to get to one that got a close up of his face.
The last one.
I'm
The last one
telling you.
does.
Yeah, it shows it at the bottom.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Ryan said
Okay.
it's Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah. See, that looks like Obi-Wan.
That looks
to me.
better.
Yeah.
He could be
Mm.
singing
Well,
"I'm
I mean,
Still
this is
Alive"
Clone
after
Wars. The other one
the previous
is
fight.
Attack of the Clones, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's Attack of the Clones here.
Yeah.
Still though, yeah, that is nope.
Yeah. No. Amigo, no.
That's like I want to be Chuck Norris.
Yes.
God, yo, man, he kind of does look like Chuck Norris.
Obi-Wan, Naboo Ranger.
Maybe was the mullet though.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have a price on this one yet, though. But
Did they
it's gotta
put
be
that on this?
expensive.
Did they put that on a lightsaber, or is that
Yeah.
just a really?
I think so.
The clip-ons.
Yeah, look, see,
No.
yeah,
No.
They don't
these
look
little
good.
deflections.
Why would you do
Oh,
that?
you could change his arms
Where do you
Yeah.
see that?
at the bottom,
bottom?
right?
Oh yeah, look at
That's
that.
the arm.
You can
I guess
swap
you
out
can
arms.
have him. You can have him gripping the droid like he did at the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
What they
okay.
should have added was something to change the sculpt.
The second portrait. Got your very own mullet. You can comb it.
Wool hair.
Wool. Many sheep died.
So it wasn't Bothan. Sorry, D-back.
No, sorry.
So you got that
Well-
one, and then you got the sculpted version too.
I'd
Bothans
rather have
may
the
have been
sculpt,
getting the
but
one.
let's see.
Sorry.
I thought this one looked a little thinner. Like the other one's face was chunky.
Yeah, the other one does look chunky.
Let's see.
Costume looks good.
Mm.
Yeah.
That one's a little closer.
Yeah.
Little closer.
And those clothes look big on Anakin.
But I mean, now hats off to the sculptors and stuff because there's no way in hell I could do that.
No, I
No,
would
yeah.
agreed.
There you go. There's it.
Anakin hair is way off.
I mean, that's a hard thing to
Forgot
do.
about that one. You got it so good.
Got that Napoleon Dynamite perm.
So on the skinnier face, Lewis, I could see that maybe the lighting might help it a little bit. Otherwise, if you use the other one, the lighting would help if you just turn it all the way off.
Make it pitch black.
Turning the lights
up,
off.
bro.
Make it very black in there.
Hold on. Let's get the head side by side on
the
these.
lights off.
This one, right?
Maple, good evening.
Hello, Maple.
People.
All right, so here is this one. Size that up there.
Jeff.
And here goes this one.
Are you trying to get me in trouble?
Yeah, man. I
You
think
just keep bringing this thing up.
Yeah, I know. Trying to help people make decisions here, you know?
it looks chunkier on the left.
It's
Because
because this is wide. Maybe because that's wide and this is tall.
Did a Geonosian sting him? Maybe that's what it is.
Here goes some close-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the forehead
Mm.
pimples, right?
Yeah, you'd be in a world of hurt if you left that out.
What do you think, chat?
Oh yeah.
Which one looks more like him? One on the right, one on the left.
Or option 3.
Option 3 is what Dubag said here. Right there.
With
Looks
food
like
poisoning.
Ewan McGregor with food poisoning.
Like Will
Space
Smith in
Jesus.
that movie Hitch.
Oh yeah, when he got bit by the
No, when he
something-
ate that peanut. He ate the peanut. Yeah.
That's right.
You got some Benadryl?
Chat's like and left.
Chat's like and left.
Yeah,
All right.
Sergio said the right one.
Sergio says right. Left. Okay.
I like the skinny one.
Like the skinny one.
Cat says the right looks awful.
Kenobi.
Either way, it looks like a failed Nashville concert. All
right, and then here is I don't know
Ewan
if I'm gonna get
McGregor?
this right. Yeah, trying to get a Ewan McGregor shot.
Oh,
Here.
okay. Hello there.
So, there you go.
But then he looks like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
He does.
That
What is Keeper?
It's 24. Star Wars.
That's what he's trying to go for.
It's like from Young Guns.
Yeah. Pals.
Young Jedis.
Which one? Which one's closer? This one? This one?
The one on the left, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the real
It
hair.
has to be on the one on the left. Yeah, the left. Yeah, because of the hair.
Because of the hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, the artisan looks better.
All right. Well, there you go.
Chris.
I don't know where to go with this. I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it. Anything with a face. Just when I come home.
What happened to Chris?
He said the last 2 girls at the bar unfortunately have to take the one on the left home.
All right.
Yes,
Last
that's what I
collectible
said.
tonight.
That's what I said, Jeff. There's 3 options.
So this was released from Regal Robot.
I saw
Start
this.
for this
I've
picture.
never seen these guys.
Bubblehead and Lightman.
I've
And those
never
are from what?
Return of the Jedi. So these were concept aliens that never made it on screen.
I think I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah. They made a costume for Lightman. I'm not certain if they did for Bubblehead. I can't remember what I read, but I know they did one for Lightman. And then when they were doing the videoing of it, they just felt like it didn't work. So it never actually made it to the final footage. But
Right,
it
Rex.
was.
Love Rex.
Hey Rex, it's he's got a butt too. Look at that.
But you're not lying. It's right there. in the
This is a
archive.
shot from the Smithsonian where they had all of them on display, and then you can see Bubblehead and then Lightman right there.
Have they made a
Check that
frog?
out.
Have they made the frog?
No, and I'm hoping they do, because that was cool. I like
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the frog was cool.
That was
Yeah.
iconic. Yeah.
So I mean, I think their idea is that they want to go down the line and do them all.
Do them
I
all.
think it's
Yeah.
the idea that they want to get to at some point. But they're releasing these in an edition size of 100, and it's $349.
Ooh,
So
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like from Land of the Lost.
from Land of the Lost,
That's old
Exactly
school.
what it looks like.
dude, I used to love that show though, man.
I did too.
that's old school, man.
What were the Slee Stacks? Is that what they were
The
called?
Slee Stacks.
Slee
That's what they were
Stacks.
called.
That shit's funny.
I love that show, man. The movie was funny as hell too. With
Yeah.
with what's his name, Will Ferrell. Oh man,
Yep.
that cracked me up. They even brought the costume back in that movie.
Squidward.
So,
Squidward.
That's cool though. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see why they didn't make it to the movie. Although I really would have liked to have seen Lightman. He does have a little butt on him. Look at him.
yeah, he did a little bit.
That's funny. Look at that.
Likes big butts.
Clapping
and
them
cannot
alien
lie.
cheeks.
Clap, clap, clap. Do it, diddy.
Yeah,
Those
I mean,
are
it's
small
mushroom head.
though, man.
there's a lot of them, man.
So
It-
how many are how much is that?
How much is what? These?
Yeah.
So they come as a pair. You get two of them for $349. So it's cheaper than any of the other what are they, archive maquettes that they have, concept
Mhm.
maquettes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're only releasing 100 of them. You know, so it's very
Yes,
limited.
I do like that they do that to a very limited
Yeah.
number.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
yeah,
Plus,
but they
don't
realize
get
it's very
inventory.
niche. You know,
Yeah.
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 because it's already niche that you're collecting something that's a concept piece, right?
Concept. Yeah.
Concept art, right? And then you got these characters that never even made it on screen, so that's going to be even more so.
Anorexic Pillsbury
Anorexic.
Doughboy.
Oh man. That's good.
That's really great.
Like,
Oh, said I had diabetes.
That's funny.
He's that on that Ozempic.
Yep.
That's funny, man.
Jeff said
Yo.
he needs to see an apple next to him before he decides.
Jeffs. Yeah. It's still cool that they're coming up with stuff like this, though, man.
Yeah,
I do
they're
want to see
digging-
them do that frog, though.
Yeah, the frog they need to do, but they are digging deep.
Yeah. I mean, some of the ones they've already had, like I like which are the ones that they've done. I know they did him. I like the Gamorrean that they came out with. The Gamorrean was awesome. The Rancor, obviously.
Chris, yeah, so they don't feel like Star Wars. I mean, a lot of this was the concept art. So
Yeah.
unless you like really looked at all that stuff, like I can see why it wouldn't really draw you in. But I do remember seeing a lot of the concept stuff, the drawings, because I mean, back in the day when we didn't have anything, you would see you just
Yeah.
soak up anything you could
Yeah,
find.
anything
And there was a
Star
lot
Wars,
of
yeah.
drawings. Yeah. So, and this isn't one where I wouldn't want like one or two pieces out of something. Like this is something you would need like the whole collection to really
Yeah.
make a presence out of it.
Right. Right.
And it's
mean,
pretty
that-
cool too, because
Oh,
you know
there's the
some
frog
of this
right
stuff.
there.
Yeah. It's right here.
Yeah,
you
but
didn't see
that's,
him?
Yeah,
that's the
the big
archive
old
one.
centerpiece.
That's
I
not,
thought I was looking for something smaller. I'm just like, damn, there he is right there.
Big.
Freaking huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
I do want that.
I was
Ewok,
saying
though.
it's kind of cool though, is that George looked at some of this stuff and was like immediately like, nope, or like, let me debate on that.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can see that when he's doing that documentary about the Phantom Menace, and they're like, all those maquettes are out there, and he's like, nope, not this, not
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
not that. You're like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want it,
Well, yeah, but he did have him pump them out like within what, like a week or so. They
yeah,
had
I
to
mean,
put-
it's crazy. These guys, the sculpting and the ability,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
freaking insane. The talent.
that's,
because they put out
yeah.
what, like 50 of them in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Something like that, for him to take
So-
a look at.
Traditional sculptors and digital sculptors. I mean, it's just amazing.
So for me, the musts is the Gamorrean, the Rancor. I like the one with the three eyes. Can't remember the alien
Okay.
species, but I like him.
Whatever.
Oh, okay, Chris. Yeah, I never
Weequay?
saw that dude either.
I want an Ewok.
That's supposed to be an Ewok.
I
Me,
think
the
that is an
frog would
Ewok.
be it.
It looks like an Ewok.
Kind of looks like the baby that was in that basket.
Yeah, it kind of does, right? So, yeah, that's pretty neat.
Actually,
Pretty
that light
neat.
dude, it kind of looks like a character they would have used for Health Day in school
Healthy.
when you learn about the birds and the bees.
If If you have sex, you'll turn into him.
If this guy, if this guy comes swimming towards you, run.
There's the pieces they already have. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, they did the Gamorrean. They did a Grogu.
Pretty colorful.
Jar
Mhm.
Jar.
It is. It is.
You got the Jar. The Jar Jar was actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need the frog. They really need the frog.
And you got the different Jabbas. That's dope.
Mhm.
Dude with the gun, though, man, that's so damn funny.
I love this one though. It's like a Muppet. I love
Yeah.
that thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know. And of course, Max Rebo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
So cool stuff.
Droopy McCool.
Yeah, Droopy McCool. It's crazy how they had started like this, and then it turned into what it turned into in the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Phil Tippett definitely is a legend.
Yeah.
No, the guy was pumping out stuff like you wouldn't believe.
Dude.
Just
All right.
Snacks.
And the pressure they were under.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And that is going to be about it for the collectibles.
No,
It
Who's
was
not paying
some
their
bombs.
mortgage?
There were some bombs in there.
there were. Who's not paying their mortgage this month?
Right.
There's geez Louise.
I actually thought the Vader would be a little bit further down the road. You know.
Oh, you did?
Well, man, it's business. Like I said, we Wednesday, we didn't even know that any of this stuff was going to drop. You know, like
Right.
there was no announcement for Cody or for the Airborne. They never showed it at
Yeah.
Celebration. They never showed it at during May the 4th. So
No,
we'd never
they
expect that. Same thing with the Vader. I don't think we saw that either.
And mind you, last
None of
year,
it-
for May
yeah,
the
none of it
4th,
was-
they
None of it.
showed last year, May the 4th, they showed a whole bunch of stuff that we knew was coming. So we
Yeah.
were ready. This year, they're just like, surprise, motherfucker. It's 4:00 in the morning. Wake up, George.
They are
Yeah.
doing.
You're like, I got to buy it.
So what do you think the strategy is on that? Why are they doing it like that?
I don't know.
It does create urgency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it has
Yeah.
that purple label on it.
Yeah, especially when
Limited.
it's an exclusive like that. Yeah. Does create urgency.
Lewis said, "Okay, I can take my headphones off now. Safe zone."
But
it
wait, there's
creates
more.
it creates that urgency, the fear of missing out, you know.
Yep.
But I really wasn't expecting those. You know, I would like to be able to plan at least a little bit, you know. But it's fine.
Yeah, and then I guess they just keep it from Celebration because they had enough there. I mean, really, could you imagine the show we would have to do if they would have released all of this stuff at one time for us to talk about?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, last year.
Dude, that would have been like a 4-hour freaking show.
Last year, we had one show. I think it was dedicated just to the insane May the 4th drop that they did. What up, Chris?
Chris,
Remember, they had
Absolutely. Hey,
everybody
Chris.
from the dark side.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy cow, they're coming out with Starkiller. They're coming out with Revan. These are pieces that we've never seen before. It was like just blowing our minds.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and then you got all the Jabba figures.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that's
Those
gonna
are
be
still on
coming
the
out.
horizon.
Yeah,
You know, you still got the rest of the Republic Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
good news.
Yeah.
Busy year for him.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
you got
it's gonna be busy for a little bit, and then I mean, before you know it, it's still 2 years off, about a year and a half. But you got
Mhm.
the 50th anniversary of Star Wars coming up.
yeah. They got to start preparing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're working on that now already. Jawas, Luke Skywalkers, everything.
dude,
Mm.
it's gonna be
R5D4s, everything's coming.
so much
Troopers.
stuff.
Yeah. They got to make 2.0s of Leia, Kenobi, Han.
Han
They're probably
and
going to do
Chewie.
all them all over again.
Han and Luke,
Good,
yeah.
good, because
sure.
Han and Chewie, like,
And then
Do you
an
know that the
Alec
Han and
Guinness,
was the first? I want to say the first Hot Toys, or
Toys?
either the first Star Wars Hot Toys.
the Star Wars one, yeah. I think
They
so.
were the first Star Wars Hot Toys, right?
I think
Damn.
so, yeah.
Was the Han and Chewie 2-pack?
what else did they
Crazy.
make?
What else did they make? Did they have
Oh,
any
yeah, Hot
redone?
Toys. Yeah, Hot Toys. What else do they make?
Oh,
Well,
I mean, they had a
franchise,
ton
did
of
they
them.
make-
Marvel, DC, they make them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I did
Don't they have
not
an
know
Indiana
that.
Jones too that just came
they
out?
got
Yeah,
they got that
we
old man
don't-
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is there the Wolverine one? That's right.
actually, I
But I'm
think they
talking
also
about
had a
old
younger version a long time
Wolverine,
ago.
the Wolverine is on the other brand, the Hano or whatever.
Hano, but
For the animated one.
Yeah,
but
for
they
the
also
animated.
have a Wolverine from the movies that Hot
Yeah.
Toys did too.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I was-
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, so they don't
Days
have
of Future
comic ones.
Past and all that.
Yeah, whatever. I want the brown
Yeah.
suit.
The Hano is
brown
the one
suit.
you want then.
Yeah, yeah.
He
the
wore his
Hano.
brown suit.
Yeah, go find the Hano.
Republic Commandos clone.
Luke Bespin was the first hot toy,
Oh,
Luke Bespin was the first Hot Toy.
so I have that one.
Okay.
I've got the
Thought I read somewhere
What
that
do you call it?
that it was the Han
two-pack one.
that it was the Han and
Yes, they were
Chewbacca.
clones also.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, Chris, freaking Hot Toys are.
I mean, Chris has 1/6 in his name, so I'm gonna trust what Chris says.
He's-
Don't go by
he's
what I
always
say. I
medium.
started collecting statues and moved into Hot Toys.
Yeah, no. Chris is extra medium.
No. Chris
No,
Elliott.
other Chris Elliott.
Oh,
Other Chris.
oh.
He's not extra
sorry.
medium.
Yeah, Chris
Sorry.
ain't
They
extra
both
medium.
could be. They both could be. We don't know.
Yeah, Chris. That's the one. I
Maybe
got.
1/6 is his
DX07.
size.
Yeah. If he is 1/6, he's only 12 inches. That's what she said.
Oh man,
The
That's what that
XO7.
Luke is right there.
the best one,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I got the other one hanging up here off of that
How many
antenna.
Star Wars figures has Hot Toys released? Ooh,
A lot.
a lot.
Quite a bit.
Han was the first release when they went all in 2014. Okay,
Okay. How many Star Wars figures is that? Shoot, there's a lot.
a lot.
There's
Well,
a
that's good,
lot.
yeah.
And
There's a
more
lot.
coming.
Yeah.
There's an Excel spreadsheet somewhere you can.
You also
find
got to
that
think
has
like
it.
the Ahsoka Mando stuff that's going to come up. That's going to get pumped in there too.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
I think I have enough Mandalorian though, man. I don't think they can give me another Mando.
Oh, they
Except
will.
for that one on the ATRT. That one is pretty kind of. That is kind
No,
of cool.
they're gonna give you another one. You know you're
you
gonna
know.
buy one.
Do I have to wait till this post to clip that, or can we do it now?
But for real, I'm very happy with my chromed out edition
Mhm.
Mandalorian. I like that one. You know,
Yep.
I think it's good.
Sure.
That goes. That's right there with the. I don't have enough space.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's a Ralph. That's a Ralph
That's
comment.
me.
But I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
in line with the. I don't have enough space. The next thing you know is,
Yeah.
you know what? I do need that.
But I love Mando. Look, I got my Mandalorian shirt. Love Mandalorian. But
Yeah.
I like my Hot Toys chromed out. I feel like that's the pinnacle of what I want for Mandalorian. It looks good. You know. All right. They did a lot of bootlegs when they first started. They had fake names for characters. They
Yeah,
still
I
have a
heard
lot of
about
bootlegs
that.
right now. Well,
Yeah.
Hot Toys did that. I didn't know that.
Hot Toys, yeah, I knew that. Like they couldn't use Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible or something like that, so they changed it, or Top Gun. So
He does not have that anymore.
no,
Can we see the custom figure you didn't know?
no.
Why are you bringing up old stuff, Jeff? Come on.
But
I,
I
Was he
can't-
talking about
I said hi to
Patel?
you when you weren't even on the show yet, man. And you're bringing up old stuff.
Did you, do it? You didn't do a
Is he
video
talking
on
about
it, did you?
Patel?
I did do a video on it.
You
Yeah,
did?
you did.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So we just need to find the video and then drop the.
I
link
left
for
that video up there, you know,
Yeah.
as a warning to anybody who wants to get it. If you look like me, don't buy this figure.
If you're brown, don't do it.
Oh yeah. What about Muddy Mando when he's getting the,
No covered
the egg?
Mando.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Covered in snow,
Yeah.
Mando.
I'm good. I'm good with the chrome one. I have the original version and I got the chrome one. I'm good with that.
All right. Hot Toys. The challenge. The gauntlet has been thrown.
To give me another one?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, he's buying another Mando.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Oh yeah. See what they come up with for the movie.
Yeah.
He'll do
gonna-
something cool in the movie and
gonna
you'll be
have
like,
Yeah, I'll be
all
like, oh,
black.
I gotta get that one.
It's gonna be all
That's
black.
where he
You're
drove
gonna be
I was
like,
about to say
"Oh,
black
yeah."
onyx, black
Yeah.
onyx armor.
Yeah,
Oh.
black onyx armor. He's gonna come out, and George is gonna. I gotta get the black one, man.
That's what I would think. The original armor and the chromed out one together. I bet
Yeah.
that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those two. All right, let's get into some other news. We got Rebel Scum Con.
Yep.
Katie Sackhoff's coming. The announcement this week was that she's going to have the Sackhoff show at Rebel Scum Con, which is awesome.
That's really cool.
If you ever caught her show,
Very cool.
super interesting. She does really good interviews. And she has
believe
great
That's
guests.
limited.
And
That's
yeah,
limited
she's gonna
to
have-
seating.
This is limiting. This one's limited.
Yeah, it's through her, not to do with Rebel Scum Con and the, I guess, whatever negotiations. Like, there's only a limited amount. So when they go on sale, jump on it. I don't know if they are on sale yet.
Oh,
I know they don't.
okay.
They haven't announced the guest that she'll have on, but
Okay,
But
it'll
That's
be
just
limited
pretty
sure it's
seating.
people from the con. So I mean,
gotta be somebody from the con. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Sam will be there. Money.
Mhm.
Sam will be there.
You see the last one that she had with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good.
And then we got Dennis Lawson coming.
Yes,
Man,
Wedge.
Wedge.
Give me a
it's
wedge.
Anthony.
Give me
So
a
they
wedge.
hit me up on Monday to let me know about this. And because we were going to do the announcement for it. But he's like, you think you could do the show on Wednesday? I'm like, bro, I'm going to be dead after Andor. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it live.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like a zombie all day yesterday. But yeah, this
Would have been cool to announce it though,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome that he's going to be there,
especially
man.
him.
Yeah. Super, super cool.
Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Yeah.
That is. That
Yep.
is.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Ewan where he was talking about when he went to go see the first Star Wars movie in 1977 he went to go see it not because he was interested in sci-fi, but because his uncle was going to be in the movie.
Correct.
Yep.
That's cool.
And then he fell in love with it.
Then he fell in love with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Saw when he was talking about his brother too, and his call sign and he's part of the Royal Air Force.
Yeah.
He's like OB2, I think is what it was.
OB2.
Yeah. One thing with the Katie show though, it's right before the Cantina event too. So
the Cantina event.
If you're trying to, the virtual Cantina. What's that? It's like it's gonna be at a bar doing karaoke.
Oh, you're talking about the
Bunta Eve.
Bunta Eve. Yeah, Bunta Eve. Yeah. I think that kicks off at 8. That shows at 7. So if you're trying to do both, it's going to be a little bit of a hustle for y'all.
Are you going to the Bunta Eve?
I'm debating on it.
Okay.
I think the VIP is already sold out. So it's 35. And then I saw the pricing for everybody that was there. So I might just go to hang out, just catch a few songs, maybe get drunk and sing. I don't know. But yeah.
I might go if you're going to get drunk and sing.
We're going to have that on video next week.
I know. That sounds like good content.
Yeah.
It's good content. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Jess, we're all going, man. Well, Ralph's not going.
I'm not going, but everybody else seems like they're going.
Hey, we got Killer Rabbit Carabonog.
I don't know what that is.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. All right. So
I'm only going to get not this time, bro. So, all right, man. So we're about to talk about some Andor. If you haven't seen it already, it's another warning for you guys. Spoilers.
Shame
we're
on
gonna
you.
be showing images. We're gonna be talking about the show. We're gonna be getting deep into everything that we saw and all the good stuff about it. So if you haven't seen it already, this is your last warning. All right.
Spoilers.
Oh, and for those of you that were playing Star Wars Outlaws, the update dropped today.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
So
that's true.
Yep.
Forgot about that. I didn't get a chance to play it yet though.
I am playing it right as soon as we're done with this.
Lucky, bro. I saw that it downloaded. I didn't get a chance to do it. So
it's 11 gig download on the PC. So major.
Serge, I don't know what he was saying. Whatever he was saying, it must have been important, but he said it 3 times.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. What he's saying.
All right, man.
I don't care.
Something about JP had to do it or something.
So
we're gonna get into it. So what did you guys think about the latest episode, man? Latest arc.
Freaking fire.
Yep.
Right?
It was absolutely amazing.
It was just great.
Put a perfect little bow on everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Later, Pat.
See you,
or
Pat.
Ken. Later, Ken.
Yeah.
From the beginning, it was tense. From the beginning, it was like, holy cow, we're already here. I thought they were going to bring, maybe the first hour or the first show was going to be right before what we got, but we went straight into what we got
right into
9.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Miles, 12 out of 10 for me, bro. That's awesome.
That's great.
I don't think it could have been any better. I really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have.
What's that?
Space battle.
Yeah, we didn't get the space.
Well, I knew we weren't going to get a space battle, man.
I'm still hold out for hope.
I know.
If you would have thrown one in there, I wouldn't have got mad about it. They could have had
rebellions are built on hope.
Saw Guerrera's people could have gotten into a space battle.
True.
Yeah, I really wanted to see those X-Wings go at it again.
Yeah, it would have been something.
The only thing I would say as a whole for the whole season is, like I said, I wish they would have shown what was the purpose of stealing the Avenger.
Yeah,
I wish they would have shown that, and it would have been cool, at least for me, to see the transition of the headhunter to the X-wing, and maybe using the Avengers technology to create that.
That's what we wanted to see. Yeah, you're right.
That would have been dope. But that's nitpicking for me. I don't think that it would have just enhanced the show more for me. Is all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a cool little thing. It didn't what I liked about it is because of who he is. So it was just another one of his missions.
Mhm.
So it flowed in just fine. You know, it wasn't detrimental to the story. This Avenger's not detrimental to whatever's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it just gave us something cool to see.
Yeah.
And
because that would have been like, oh, that's dope. You know, some new lore, right? That's how it was made. That would have been cool, right? But nah, dude, these last 3 episodes, you know, like you said, put a nice little bow on it. They did such a great job with the dialogue, the acting, and then
things that we had never seen.
The promise that he made there, you know, the promise is because I saw Rogue One yesterday and it was a completely different movie for me.
Absolutely.
It felt so new all over again. And I was just like, this is awesome, man.
But we got to see things that we had never seen in Star Wars, like the policing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How the ISB was trying to control, how they were trying to manipulate other planets so they can go in and bombard them and take their resources and blame it on them.
Right.
We saw so many things. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, from a standpoint of marketing, it is a good idea to jump the way they did, because now there's time in there. So if you want to come back and revisit these characters, well, it happened during this time. If they want to do it in books and comics or whatever, they can fill in the gaps.
Yeah,
they could.
There's like, more that they can sell. You know,
like that sequence with Bix and him when he killed somebody and she woke up in Coruscant. What happened? You know, what was that mission that led to that episode? You could do so much.
Oh yeah. Clea was great.
Leia, yeah. She was not Leia, though.
No, I know. That got debunked.
I was so happy about that.
Yeah, I was like, can't be Leia. Come on.
Brandon Lorian, what's up, man? He says Gilroy mentioned that he would have done multiple seasons to wrap it up, but they wouldn't allow it.
No, I don't know, man, because then I feel like if that would have happened, I feel like it would have ended up like the first season.
It would have been slower.
Yeah, I think so. If you had
pace
more
would be
to do,
really slow.
the pace would have really been, unless you kept the story arc format, the three episode format. Maybe that would be a little different. But I'm all for that format going forward.
Right?
Freaking do that, man.
No, it was awesome, man. Like I said, it felt like little movies. I kind of would have been even better for me if it just was these little movies, 2.5 hour long movies.
Absolutely.
Instead of the 3 episodes where we had to like stop and get in between the next one.
But let me tell you, releasing them 3 at a time was the best thing.
Yes.
Can you imagine this dragging on for 3 months and we're just like, oh my God, the next episode, the next episode, the next episode.
Unless they could have kept the pace like that, you know?
Yeah. Kaz is right. We still don't have Cassian's sister.
Right. They never followed up on that. And that's something that was a little weird too there at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they, where they just show her a little bit.
I think they showed her because these are it was somebody that molded him. You know, it molded him to become who we became. You know, and that was literally the first episode was him looking for his sister, which led him down this path. Which, I mean, like going forward, I'm not starting Star Wars like watching it from episode 4. I think I'm starting from Andor, season 1, 2, Rogue One, then episode 4. I mean, that is so tightly knit now. It's so well done.
Yeah.
And like we're not even including what we have in Rebels or in anything else.
Right.
You know, this is just that. I would have loved to have seen maybe the ghost flying in, because we already know Syndulla was there because they announced her in Rogue One. But that's the only thing. If I'm being nitpicky, is that in the paper, rock, scissors.
Oh, yeah, the paper, rock, scissors thing. I didn't like that either.
Pissed me off.
Totally forgot about
that. It was great.
Yeah, I did too. Thanks for bringing that back up.
You know, I got to bring it up.
Lewis brings a point out here, and he's right though. Yeah, he says that when he was in the prison, he said that was his first time, and maybe he forgot that he was in prison. There's also another continuity issue with Saw Gerrera in Rogue One. They show him at the beginning of the movie, saving young what's her name?
Yeah,
damn, young Jin, right? You see him bald, but he's wearing the same suit that he wears at the end of Rogue One.
With the mask already.
He's got that same costume on. So like, but in the TV show, you notice that he doesn't have that. So that was a little different too.
So bringing that suit, his armor up, chat. What do you think? You think that was so? Obviously, I feel like it changed it. I think Saul was getting high. I don't think that was oxygen.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think, he was,
Yeah.
I think he was smelling jet
Yeah,
fuel.
yeah.
He was keeping himself topped off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had it little right there. Like, I gotta pop off.
Mhm.
Hold off. Oof. Nice.
Starting to think normal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Starting to think normal.
My sister.
I mean,
My
it's
sister.
just my brain cell.
I think everything happened to work out perfectly. We were given one of the best TV shows of all time. The future should be bright, and the standards are now high for Filoni and Favreau projects. Absolutely.
Hey, listen, if Kathleen wanted to knock one out the park so she can retire, this is it.
This
You
is
did
the
it, girl.
time.
You see
Yeah.
that
This is the
Gilroy
time.
praised her for it, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said
You
that
know
she,
that she fought for it.
apparently he has a good relationship with her and
Right.
her husband. So, she let him do more than what others are allowed to do.
Cyril was his absolute favorite. He was not my favorite, but that final part there, he became a little. I got more respect for him.
He
You
grew on
know,
you.
He
Yeah.
did grow on me,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that
I know
that's-
this is all about Andor and everything, but man, the girls took the show for me.
Well,
Oh, in this season, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everybody was cast great.
Everybody.
Oh,
Casting
great.
director did a
Yeah.
great job.
The people of Gore were cast perfectly. The speech, their language, everything was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got screenshots.
Yeah, I got screenshots.
We're going through the whole show, and George is like, "Yeah,
And
let's
we're
talk
done.
about it as we
Yeah,
go
it's
through
fine. It's fine. We can keep talking about it as we go. Keep on going, man. It's good.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Clea was standout.
Oh,
She
she
was
was.
good throughout the whole thing.
Yes,
These
she
last
is.
3 parts.
By the way,
this.
this is her first acting gig.
I know.
I know, right?
I
What?
It's
know.
crazy.
Like what? Like, come on.
She did such a good job, man.
Oh, Born Identity type scenes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, this was like Born Identity, right?
it was. It was. It was
Very
Star Wars
much
Born
so.
Identity.
So, do you have the shot where he gets shot?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'll bring that up then.
I was not expecting that though. So she's getting all the guns ready, and Luthen's about to go there. Check out the DL-44 right here, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was beautiful too.
That's Han's gun, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That was
that's
a nice little
friggin'
Easter egg.
sweet.
Yeah, I didn't catch it on the first go. Like we were watching it,
Yeah.
didn't even notice
Yeah.
that. I just was seeing her pick up the guns, and then when I did the screenshot, I was like, "Oh shit!"
But
That's
look,
what I
at
thought.
it.
Is that Hans?
We need to look at the thing because I thought I said it.
You said
I'm
it?
pretty sure I said that there's the DL-44.
No, I think you said the DL. Well, we'll look at it back, but I thought you said
Yeah.
the DL-44 when the dude was going to shoot himself.
Yeah, I know you said it then when we put it
Yeah.
on the table.
Oh, okay.
But she's got the most inconspicuous gun. She can conceal it.
Yep.
She took what she really needed.
Well, this is
I
the
know
gun
these
that she's
prop
going to give to
makers-
Luthen.
That's the one
These
she
prop
gives to
makers gonna
Luthen,
go
but she
crazy
took
with
the
all
little
that.
one. Didn't she
Yeah.
take the little one to the hospital and she was shooting
Oh
stormtroopers in the
yeah.
head?
She did.
She got that ankle
Headshot.
strap.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%, Chris.
Oh man,
Oh,
she
for
is,
sure.
bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's going out in style, man. I loved him, man.
I like the continuity is not the right word, but like kind of like where it circles back to where we started.
Yep.
At the beginning of the
Mhm.
series in season 1, you see him doing this, and he's a little more getting into form, smiling and pretending to get into the role that he's got to play. But here you see him, and it's like he already knows this is gonna be the last time that he does this.
Man,
You know,
he
Final
did an
performance.
excellent job, bro. He
Oh,
did an
yeah.
excellent
Yeah.
job, and that character needs respect, and they need a monument to that guy.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
He freaking made the rebellion.
he did, man. That's why later on, when Andor was fighting for him, and the
Yeah.
people were talking, I was like, man, you guys are assholes.
Yeah, and I love that Andor stood up for him. Like you
Mhm.
wouldn't have what you have if it wasn't for him.
For real.
Yeah, here you go.
So I
And
took a
hats
couple of
off to-
shots of this one for you guys. So if you wanted to make the gun.
And hats off to the actors for like when he's fighting for Luthen and they're just
Yep.
being jerks because Rogue One, that's how they were, and they
Yeah.
got right back into character.
Mhm.
Yep.
So she's trying to prep him, but like I said, he knows this is it. He's run out of options.
Yeah, she wanted to switch with him. He's like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think she would have got out of there because she would have shot her.
Oh,
Oh yeah, right.
she opened the door. She'd have just shot her in the face.
whack, whack, whack.
So then he goes to meet.
Hey, Dwayne, what's up, man?
So Dwayne.
What's up?
What up? What up?
So he goes to meet the informant. Forgot the guy's name right now.
What is it?
Lonnie.
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 I think it was
Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he uncovered the Death Star plans, man.
Yeah. Apparently,
It's
he
crazy.
told what's her name's codes, and he got the whole scoop.
Yeah, he got everything. So it's also pretty interesting how they hid it
Nice
from even the Imperials, man. They didn't even know what was going down. The ISB.
No, it was
right?
all top secret. That's why when Krennic said, "Say the name,"
Yeah.
it was like, "Fuck, bro."
Mm-hmm.
It gives him about the Death Star plans, man. And I was not expecting him to kill him.
I was.
You were?
Yeah, I was. I was like, he's not going to let him live. And he's
I
like,
didn't
where are
think
we
he-
going?
That's
Where
a
we
loose
going?
end. That's a
It
loose
is,
end. Like
yeah.
he knows. He knows if that guy gets caught, it's a direct line straight to him.
That's
So-
true.
But him doing that, then it really makes sense in Rogue One when
Andor does it.
Cassian, when
Yeah.
Cassian does
Cassian
it.
does
Because
it, yeah.
he trained him, so you can see
Yep.
why he would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was shocking to see him do that.
And Rogue
in-
One,
in
yeah,
Rogue
when we
One,
first saw it.
Yeah.
But now, after watching this, and you look at that, so
Perfect sense.
this, one of the scenarios where it did what Diego Luna said was change how you view Rogue One.
Right. I like the camera shot here too.
That's
It's
a beautiful
because
shot.
he just found out about the Death Star plans. It's almost got like his world's turning upside down, you know?
Yep.
So crazy, man. Imagine knowing that they got a weapon that could destroy planets.
And I don't think he said planet killer or anything like that. He just said it's big.
It's a big death, yeah.
Yeah.
Big. It's huge.
The
The
Loth
Loth
Cat.
Cat was great.
Yeah.
He's
Poor Lonnie.
all tuckered out from all that spy work.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Lonnie. It took one for the team. Lewis is spot on. This reminded me of the scene of JFK when
Mm.
they're sitting on the park bench and they're talking, and he's telling them the truth of why Kennedy got killed.
Man, I gotta see that movie again. I haven't seen that in a long time.
What? Oh my God, that's
Long time ago I saw that
back
movie.
and to the left.
I don't think
Back
I've
Yeah.
ever
and to
seen
the
it.
left.
Back and to the left. Yeah.
But dude, that
I
was
watched
like,
in theaters as a little kid.
yeah, I
Funny.
remember as a little kid seeing
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
yeah. At this point, I still thought she was Leia. I was like, she gonna come up as Leia. I was really hoping for that.
That's not a Loth Cat? Looks like a Loth Cat.
No,
Okay.
it's a Tuca
A
cat,
Tuca?
huh?
Yeah.
Thought it was a Loth Cat.
Oh shit, it is a Tuca Cat. Yep,
Okay.
sure is.
What's the difference between a Tuca cat and a Loth Cat?
I don't know.
Uh,
Color of
That
fire?
one's a Tuca Cat, and the other, and it's not.
No, that one's a Loth Cat, right? Color?
Yeah, I don't know.
Letters.
Letters. So he gives her all of the information that she needs, tells her to meet her back at the
Loth Cats are a breed of Tuca Cats,
oh, okay.
so they're
Okay.
basically the same.
Subspecies.
Yes.
All right.
Quit going all nerd.
Nerd.
Kind of show you think this is.
That table looked really cool.
That did look cool, right?
Yeah.
This
Just
is
to come up
her
with that
communication
gizmo.
device.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said he knows his
Switch
Star
board.
Wars beast.
Yeah.
He pours this like acid thing on it.
Yeah. And they didn't get it all.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But he was getting there. He gets interrupted.
Yeah. He thinks he's got time. And then ding dong.
Yeah.
That tech that went in there. That tech
Oh,
that went
she
in
was
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
She was
She was like,
cracking me
"Yo."
up. She was
these
like
guys are
super
so good.
impressed.
Yeah. And look at him.
I
he
like
still
that.
strikes the pose. He still has a face and everything.
Yeah, because he doesn't know yet if she knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Even her, she puts on the mask herself.
Mhm.
You know,
So here you got in the background, you got the Gungan skull, I
the
think.
Gungan skull.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got
You
a
got, yep.
it's just
Telecori.
rude.
Category. Is that Amidala's headpiece in front of her?
I don't know.
Looks
Could
like
be.
something she would wear.
Could be. So
That
they're
right
having
there
this
was
back
pretty
and
dope.
forth. Yeah, the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Kit Fisto. Forget their species, but that's their ceremonial knife.
Yeah.
That's what that
ceremony.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that one. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can see the headpiece. That's the alien.
Oh,
It's their face with their dreads.
Yeah.
Cool. I do like the back and forth between them in this part, you know?
Yeah.
Regal Robot needs to make that knife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did y'all think
probably will.
at any point one of them was going to turn that knife on the other one? Like, did you get
I
that
didn't.
sense?
I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I didn't think he was going to kill himself either. Not that way. I thought he was going to blow the building up. I thought this would happen.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And I didn't think she was going to actually confront him. I thought she was going to play the part a little bit longer.
I really liked the way they did it, though. You know,
Yeah, it was really good.
absolutely. It was
what's
spot
fake
on.
in here? He's like, well, that's the fun of it. You know?
Yeah, yeah. There's two
That was
pieces.
so cool.
It's the knife and the other one's me, bitch.
Yeah. And then she drops
And
that bomb.
When she drops that, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No.
That's when I thought he was going to knife her because he whoops that out. She had just gave it back to him. So I was like, oh, snap, girl, you messed up.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, they did have the Plo Koon mask.
Yeah, that's when he
sees
knows.
it, he's like, ah, fuck.
He's like, man, they got me.
Yeah, that's when he changes his speech and he speaks clearly.
Yeah. But he still gives her the finger, basically. You know,
Yeah,
he's all like, the rebellion's already been formed. It's already gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
That face, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was so good in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
that's
he
pretty awesome.
accomplished what he wanted to accomplish, which is to spread the flames of rebellion.
Yep.
And that's all he wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah, she thought she had him, man.
Yeah, she's like, I got the building surrounded, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
That's when she realized he's destroying evidence.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, man. She pulls the gun out on him, but he's too late. He's already stabbed himself.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
tell you,
out.
that's some dark shit in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
That right there is dark. This isn't Skeleton Crew.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, she did do a good job in that role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she definitely overplayed her hand.
Then you see him getting carried out on the gurney.
Oh man, if she sees it, she knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
God dang it.
I've been digging the ISB armor.
Yeah.
That armor's pretty dope.
Yeah,
With the white
police
and the
scene.
black. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. It's like casual armor.
Uh-huh. You're not a stormtrooper. You're just underneath that.
Yep.
Dope. So then he finds out that Deidre pulled off that mission without authorization.
He was pissed.
Yeah, he was. Which I find it hilarious because he was her underling, you know?
Yeah.
And then he didn't even know.
Nope.
Like he was thinking it was just a thing that she does, right? Like I think it's the comment that he makes. He says that, oh, you know, I know you're upset. It's because she constantly goes over her lines. You know, we could just go over and go get her. But then when he brings up that Lonnie got killed, the face change, you know, and then he's like, the connection gets made at that point, right?
Yeah. And I didn't realize how many Game of Thrones people were on here, including him.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in, I forgot he was in Game of Thrones. Dead Man Walking, yep.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, that's what he tells him right there in the face.
It's like, oh fuck.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he knows that those two are related.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's cool how they get these little close up of all these artifacts. They show him going through his ship.
You saw that, yeah, and the ship was right behind, and they're inside.
Yeah, the little Imperial forensic team.
Yep. Like, yo, this guy had it set up nice.
Her. She's hilarious.
Cool. Yeah.
She was cool. You know, typical IT, right? We see something techie and we all get all like excited about it, right?
Yeah, like, yo, check this out. Look what he did.
It was awesome, man. And she was very impressed.
Yeah. This was
so I like how this all led up in this first episode is because, you know, up until this point, at least for me, I thought she was Leia. Everybody had suspicions on who she was. And then we really didn't know Luthen. All we knew is that, you know, Luthen was forming this rebellion. And that he, you know, was mysterious in some kind of way. Some of us thought he was a Jedi or you know, he had force abilities. And we thought the lightsaber that he had on his side was something. But then we find out, you know, through this part here, the backstory of how they met and how, you know, he was kind of like a father to her.
Yeah. I mean, is it? Am I alone to think that this was just like Aliens with Newt?
No, yeah, it was
I-
just like aliens. Yeah,
I was like, yo, that's Newt right there.
yeah.
There you go, Rex. Make that right there.
Yeah.
No lock breaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an arc reactor.
Can make that too.
Gotta
But
grow
he
Yeah,
was
it was-
having a hard time with the war. It was getting on him. It was to the point that he couldn't take it anymore.
Were these guys Imperials though?
I think he was an Imperial, yeah, and he
So-
defected.
Check this as we're going into this scene here.
Mhm.
Timeline wise, we learned from Skeleton Crew that one of those extra planets they got hit, and those people were wearing armor that looks kind of similar to the armor that we're about to see in these scenes.
Right.
Could Luthen have been a part of that? The raid
Mm.
that they did on the other At-Atten planets?
Huh. Maybe.
Because it was
Didn't
women
think
and
about
children, and she looks like, timeline kind of matches up with that.
That would be interesting if that connects that way. I was looking for some kind of connection because that doesn't look like Imperial armor to me. That's
I thought their helmet did.
You thought the helmet did? Like I remember
Yeah.
during the live stream, somebody thought it looked like Mud Trooper armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I was saying
Was
it
you,
kind
right?
of looked like the Mud Troopers, yeah.
So then he figures out that she's underneath there.
Newt, get out of there.
Yeah.
Mostly come out at night.
he
Mostly. Game over,
hides her.
man. Game over.
Yeah, it's crazy, but she knows what she has to do. So now she's having all these memories of before they met or when they met. But she knows she has to go over there and kill him.
The thing with her too, though, it's like it's not some irrational thing. Like you get the sense that she's gone over so many scenarios in her head, and she's like she's moving now on the best possible solution.
Yeah, because that's what he taught her to do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just, but she knows and understands it and is willing to go do it. Whereas
Mhm.
Cassian, he does kind of the same thing, but he's so reluctant.
True. Yeah. Yeah,
She
sometimes
wants to-
emotion
she's-
gets in the way.
She's ready to keep going. Right. Yeah. He always seems like he's emotional about it, where she's just like, she's calculating everything.
As a matter of fact, yeah.
Mm. You got a Imperial Hospital.
That bed looks pretty damn comfortable.
Right? Bro, I love how she broke into this hospital, man.
Yep. Just in plain sight.
Right?
Kind of like what Cassian said. They're so arrogant.
Yeah, they don't suspect
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
They don't suspect.
Yeah, that was so dope, man. And she
But
gets
all
the,
these things that you learn
Nurse's
about
uniform.
like happening, and then you can kind of accept it more. Because like look at Rogue One when they went into in Scarif and how they broke in there, and you're like, you can see how they prepped for all that. I didn't notice that little alien before.
I didn't notice that little alien either.
Little anteater dude.
Yeah, it got
Like way down there.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a cool lockpick that she had.
Yeah.
that was, man.
Yep.
So then Dedra gets arrested for going over the line. Again, crazy that it's him that does it,
Yep. Her protege.
Her little brother.
Yeah, right?
They look alike.
They kind of do, right? He's such a dick, man.
Yeah, somebody had said on the watch party, they're like, looks like the male version of Deidre.
that
That was me.
was you too?
you? That was
As soon as I saw him walk up, I was like, oh, snap, look just like her.
yeah.
Okay. This looks like an ET alien, man.
I thought it was an ET alien too because of the head.
Right?
I wonder
want
if
it
they
to
got
be an
anything
ET
up there
alien.
now. I wonder if they got anything up now.
I really want it to be an ET alien because that would be awesome.
I mean, they exist. I mean, I don't know.
They did. They were in episode 1.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. I think their head's a little wider, but still, it does look like one.
Yeah.
So they go back to when I guess shortly after they met.
Well, her name is Phasa.
Phasa.
Yeah, it's a female, but it doesn't give the species.
No.
This is according to Wikipedia.
Okay. Damn, Wikipedia got that shit up already?
Now they had it up.
They got a bunch of stuff.
within minutes.
That's Wikipedia for you, bro. They get all that stuff early.
All it says is species, Phasa species.
Phases.
It'd be the
like
same thing as
like
saying
Yoda.
Yoda species.
Yeah.
If you click on that, does it give you Yoda? I mean, not Yoda, ET?
I didn't know.
Let's see. What is ET species?
I like how she was able to handle this negotiation. That was pretty cool.
The bartering
Yeah.
was pretty dope on that.
Yeah.
20.
No, it's not.
No, 20.
Yeah.
She wasn't phasing.
No, she wasn't. She held strong on that.
This is where
This
they
was-
destroyed the Clay and Leia theory. Yes.
Yeah, they
Uh-huh.
did. They sure as hell did.
They got that out of the way early for me. Thank God.
Yeah,
That'd
I
have
didn't
been
want
a
to
very
live through that.
stressful show. That'd have been a stressful show.
The whole way through.
The whole way through, just waiting for that to happen, just for George to be like,
Told you.
Whatever, man. One of these days I'm gonna get one right. Watch. When that day comes,
I
I'll
got
be
it
there.
coming with all the Razor Crest comments that happened over the years.
yeah. So this is where she sees the
The squad, the gun
squad.
firing on the
Yeah, the
squad,
gunfire.
Yeah. The execution.
The execution. That's the word I'm thinking
Let
for.
me
Yeah,
tell
thank
you,
you.
they did a great job on his de-aging. They did
Yeah.
a very good job on his
Yeah.
de-aging. I didn't think he was going to be in the show anymore, but then they did the flashbacks. I was like, oh wow,
I think
Yeah.
you got to think of ILM with Ant-Man. Really,
yeah,
that's where it kind of really started, right?
yeah.
And I like the different locales too. You know.
What's her name? Daphne Keene. Daphne Keene.
Yeah,
He said young Claire reminds me of the young Wolverine girl.
yes, it
Like,
does
yeah,
look like
Daphne
that,
Oh,
Keene.
Yeah.
but she's not that young anymore.
Yeah, she
No,
grew
she
up.
is not.
She's full grown. She's full grown.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The word we're looking
Where have
for
I
is
seen this alien before, man?
He reminds me of Sebulba,
Sebulba, huh?
the way his legs are, because when he's
Mhm.
sitting there, how his legs are kind of up high. That's what
I
he
wonder if
reminds
he
me
was in episode 1. I feel like I've seen that alien somewhere else. Can't remember where I saw the alien before. All right. So then she's
So
back
go
in the
ham.
hospital.
of. TMNT.
TMNT.
Battletoad.
Like how she shoots this dude. Boom. So then, yeah, right here, I was like, man, how is she gonna get across this hall, bro? All these stormtroopers and Imperial troopers everywhere, man.
She's a step ahead.
Yep.
Shit. Where is it?
And she has that bomb ready. So this, I think, is Naboo.
The buildings in the background definitely look like the Naboo,
Mm-hmm.
kind of heavy on the domes.
Yep. Yep. She got like
Little ice cream sundae.
ice cream sundae. Look at that.
I didn't notice that before. That's funny. Got that like edible straw.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's funny.
From Starbucks.
Some Starbucks.
Yeah, it's blue.
Enjoy your treat
So-
before we did kill anybody.
So,
Yeah.
did
Well, no,
you
the
guys already
conversation
mention?
he's trying to have with her here is that he's worried about the effect that all this is having on her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know?
which is something Anakin never had with Ahsoka. He wasn't worried about what war was doing to her,
Yeah.
and here he's worried about this girl.
But that's different because that's what they're. I mean, that's part of what they're going to have to do. So he has to train her. I mean, she's going to be a Jedi. She's there for that. This
Yeah.
she's not there for that.
She could have
She's
walked
just
away.
a byproduct of a war.
Yep. Did you guys mention this? Somebody said this was Naboo. People
Yeah,
were
Naboo.
speculating-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's
That's what I think.
what they were saying. I just went with it.
He's like, it could be.
I mean, why not?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they blow that up.
That's got to be Naboo. That scene right there you showed, the background definitely has the same color scheme and everything.
On the left side.
Yeah. You see Padme and Anakin get married over there.
Right.
Yeah, Lake Como.
And then the explosion happens here. This was cool.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yep.
It's definitely Lake Como. Okay.
First strike. No, first strike. Palpatine's home planet.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Nice. Yeah.
Didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yep.
This was a genius. Just all the troops down.
I like all the stormtroopers going. This one just hangs out. He's like, man.
Oh, I got to do it.
It's kind of
like, I want to stay right here.
What's kind of funny is like the same thing with like Rogue One. It's where so explosions are happening. So instead of running to action and doing what's got to be taken, like everybody just stands around like, oh shit, look.
Oh dang,
things are getting blown up.
It's like our generation right now. My son's generation. They're filming it.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro, go help.
Man, I hope somebody takes care of that.
Yeah.
And she walks right past him. Headshot right here.
Got blue skis.
Takes that one on the head too.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Comes in, and this is where she says her goodbyes.
Yeah, Dwayne, he is.
What happened?
He wanted to know if Palpatine was from Naboo.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a good scene.
Naboo just breeds destroyers.
Mm-hmm. And Luke dies.
It fades. They left you. They left you there on that scene hanging.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't, disconnect and go somewhere else. It just. Ooh.
Yeah, they faded.
Yep.
Yeah, and you stayed watching them die.
Right. Yeah, which is different for Star Wars, right? Star Wars usually has the close with the circle or just a cut.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But damn good job for them writing the actors, like everything on this one episode for us to have that instant connection with their bond, and then to be completely devastated that she's got to go and basically take out her pops. That was crazy good acting. Even the little kid was a little boss, man. I thought she did a phenomenal job. I
like that they waited till now to do that though. Like they could have given us the backstory right from the get-go. But I like that they took and they waited for it, and they built up this thing of Luthen that he's a dick. He's doing it for right reasons and all that, but he's kind of a ruthless guy. Look, at the beginning of the episode, he's killing a guy that's helping him. And then you see the why he became who he became and how he was with Clea and their relationship, and then you get that that feeling for the guy, and the feeling for their relationship, and you connect with it.
Yep.
So,
and this is the only time we see a flashback other than Cassian's flashback.
Right.
So you see him growing up to become the child soldier who he became, and her as well.
I almost thought what they were going to do is that was going to be his sister.
Oh, that would have been that would have been a nice twist.
So,
Wayne, I think that is the only episode they played the New Hope thing at the very end.
But I don't think it wouldn't have worked out him being her sister and then going into Rogue One, because it makes it seem like he just has nobody.
Yeah,
it's just him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like I said, I almost thought that.
Right.
Then they could have killed Clea off there at the end, though, or not told them at all. They would have never known that they were brother and sister. That would have been something else too. So this is the beginning of the second episode, or this would have been the 11th episode.
Yeah. It's the end of this guy's life, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Didn't know that yet, though. I love the way he went out, though.
Oh yeah, he went out. Oh, that was
love the way he went out. That was
the
great.
way K2 took him out.
Yeah,
like a rag doll.
So he wants some answers. How the hell did this group? He at this point, I think they think that there's a group of them that did it.
Correct.
Yeah, there was 3 teams.
But he still wants to blame what's her name on it. It's not his team that failed. It's
team. Deidre. Yeah, because he was like, it's her team that was handling all this.
Yep. And
you go to the hospital manager or
director,
head of the hospital.
Yeah, he thought he came in with some authority.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he put him right in his place.
It's like, we'll arrest you as a rebel. Okay.
Yeah, because you're a suspect. You're trying to turn my investigation, so you're a suspect now. Okay, never mind.
What passcodes do you need?
Yeah.
Social security card? Is that okay?
I'll
Hey,
get you a
Izzy.
coffee.
What's up, man?
What's up, Izzy?
Yeah, I'd like to see Clay again. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
Play a
Did
big.
a good job.
She
Like
did a great
undercover
job,
at Jabba's palace.
Not like that.
Jesus.
And then the tables have turned for Dedra, man.
Oh, that's so good.
Wild.
Yo, the minute she was in here, immediately thought of Cyril, in season 1.
All the stuff that he's gone through.
Yeah.
It's like karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they never show her reaction to his death, so.
And
You gotta
little
wonder.
did we know that it was fixing to show one of my most favorite things in Star Wars ever.
Yeah, this
That
was
was
crazy. This
That was
conversation.
so good.
I love how they don't show his whole face right away.
Yeah, correct.
Until this part here, he's like, say the word.
Say it.
And then
Yep.
it's just like you could just see it slowly creeping her head, like I am
Yeah.
so screwed.
Yeah.
You're
Right?
fucked. You're dog meat, pal.
And he is just that dude can play a jerk.
Yeah, he.
Oh, yeah,
bro,
he can.
He's a space German, bro. He's a
Dude.
space Nazi.
He can play a jerk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he can.
can.
He's just as good as Tarkin was.
Worse, I
Right.
think.
No, yeah. This dude,
I mean,
Imagine
just
it.
to make you
Intimidating.
hate them, like he nails that.
Yeah, but he makes you really hate him. Like Tarkin,
Yeah.
Tarkin was a dick, but I mean, he wasn't like this. This was just like, whoa, a whole other level. The way he yelled at her too, like there. He's like, how? What did he say? He says, how can you have this level of devotion or something like this, and couple it with the incompetence to go after Luthen by yourself? And he yells it at her, like
Yeah.
it's right in her face about it. I was like, wow.
This guy's suit is so badass too.
yeah.
Yeah.
The cape is just top notch.
That right there. That's that when your parents were yelling at you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph, bring me the belt.
This is when she
No,
realizes.
No, Dad, please, not the happy birthday. Please, not the happy birthday.
Because he tells her that Lonnie had her access clearance.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't give my shit to him. And now it's just
Settling in. She's like,
Yep.
shit.
There it
That right
is.
there, though.
What the fuck?
Dude, that was like you could not have
Did y'all
done something.
Did y'all read that this was not scripted either?
Okay,
I
I was
was-
it
wondering
was
if
not
this was
scripted.
It was
It's all
not
ad-libbed?
scripted either. Yeah, so that right there, that kind of shock and fear in her face
It's
is
real.
legit.
Yeah.
Really?
They discussed it in an interview. I forgot where I saw it, but
okay.
yeah,
great.
I was
that's
wondering
ad-libbed
if
right
they
there.
just threw that in.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
some seriously great acting, man. How the hell they pull that off?
like
That's
he
awesome.
went for it and she delivered on that because I don't know about y'all, but growing up, my dad gave me the finger to the chest and left it there. Like I
Dude,
knew
all the
I was
freaking
done.
time.
Yeah.
That
I
thing,
knew I
wanted
was
to-
done with that.
When I was older, I
Wow.
wanted to break it.
yeah,
Hey,
I
get
thought
that
about it
freaking
too, but-
Finger.
I just started working out. I didn't know if I could do it.
Mm.
I'm much bigger than my dad now, and I still won't do some shit like that, man.
No.
He yells at me, I sit down, I stay quiet.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He was so good in this.
Oh, yeah, the way he
That
grabbed
right
her face
there.
there.
Yeah, this is.
We'll try
like
to get
Cyril.
along without you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
and
is like
gave a little
Cyril
shove to
choke
the
there,
head too.
Yeah,
Yep.
The end of the whole scene was improvised. Dude,
Yeah.
that's freaking
she,
he went
she
for
must-
it.
Yep, she
Yeah.
must have had hot neck after that. You know when you move your neck too fast, you're like, oh shit.
Oof.
Yeah,
Fuck.
right?
It's like that.
Incredible scene, bro.
But so it's incredible for him to come up with all this, but even more so for her to keep staying character and let him
Oh,
do
yeah.
all
Yeah,
this.
that's what I'm saying. Like he went for
Yeah.
it, and she just delivered off of that. Like
Right.
her reaction is perfect to it.
Agree with what Chris says right there too, man. The chat.
This makes Tarkin talking to Krennic down in Rogue One even more badass. This show
Oh, yeah.
shows us what a boss Krennic really was.
Was
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just seeing like some kind of lackey.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I thought the same thing, Vinny. I thought they said Piet at first. I was like, no way,
I thought teacher's former sister's name was Piet. I thought he might.
Yeah,
have
but
been
it's
Admiral
not.
Piet, you guys.
Admiral.
Oh,
Piet.
okay.
I thought they said that too. I heard. The accent.
Yeah, because I did think, and then because I have the closed captions on, and it didn't. It was something else, and that's why I completely threw it off.
What's Sergio saying? You think we can get a spin-off with Kino, Clea, or Andor's sister? Yeah, well, we didn't get Andor's sister at all, so it's like I don't know how that would come into play.
Yeah, well, they can't do nothing with Andor and his sister because he's dead and he never knew her. So
right, yeah, I don't know if it would have the same impact bringing her back, but the other two possibly.
Mm-hmm.
This, like you said, though, this was awesome.
Not the way they did the show, because it's not like if there was 2 years in between the end of the series and then Rogue One, it went right into it. So he never met his sister.
Right.
Yep.
We never saw her again.
She said it caught her so off. It was amazing. I bet it did catch her off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
She's probably sitting there thinking right now, that motherfucker put his finger
What
on
the
my
fuck
head.
was that?
Even that scene,
That,
they're
right?
talking and she can't hear.
She
a damn
can't hear
word.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it
I thought it was
going to
be like the
Cyril?
Inferno room, like Krennic was going to hit the button and the flames would shoot out. Like, I
Oh.
thought that's how we were gonna...
Too clean.
No,
for
what
that.
she got at the end was even better. I'm
Well,
glad
that
you
was
did.
so good.
That was
Yeah.
perfect.
So
So good. She got
I
it.
don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no, it
oh,
wasn't
either.
But
wow.
when she got it, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, that was boss.
That was great writing.
Yeah, because I think this here again mirrors Cyril. I want to say that when he was being interrogated, she was in the other room
and
and
couldn't
he
hear
could see
anything.
things. Yeah.
Yep.
So she's basically just getting the exact same treatment. This was hilarious. You know,
Yeah.
I thought this was great. The camera guy or the security guard.
Security guy.
Audio
Yeah,
video guy at work
Yeah,
who
bro.
has no idea what the hell he's doing. You ask
No.
him for something, yeah.
I love it. The guy goes to sit in the chair. He's like, I wouldn't sit in that chair. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you sit in that chair, dude? What were you doing in it? You know? Dude's funny, yo. Even this
"We don't
dude's
care."
got that face like, yo, is this motherfucker real for real?
Yeah, he's like, "Yo, I got my cousin's sister's nephew. He's applying for a job.
Yeah.
Can you put him in?"
Hey, I got this mixtape. You think you can
Yeah.
pass
Yeah.
it to Paul?
That was awesome, man.
One
Clay
thing that I
gets-
love
gets
is the medic symbol. Like I love
Yeah.
that symbol. Like we were talking about that last night, and I think Rex said he was gonna make some for Nilda because she's in the medical field.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
But I was like,
nice.
that's universal throughout Star Wars. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's dope how they keep that.
I think they showed it in Rebels or something like that. In one of the cartoons, they had said that they
Mhm.
put that symbol in there.
It's funny because it does look like a medical symbol. Like
Yeah.
I would look at that, and that's what I would get from even if I didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know. So Clea's building a radio to be able to
Yep.
communicate with Yavin, which I don't even know how it makes it that far. But Star Wars, it's cool.
I know. And Ralph can't even get good internet.
And she's using Morse code to do it. So
As you said that he's frozen.
You said that, and I was literally frozen.
Yeah, he was frozen.
I was like,
That's
what
what it was?
the fuck?
that's
Did he
funny.
just freaking jinx me? What the fuck?
I got my own button over here.
Yeah, your own button.
So she
Alright,
sends
so
out the
we get-
communication to Yavin.
Yeah.
That right there, I was hoping we'd get the Easter egg of a ship that we knew, like the Ghost or the Phantom,
That's
just
what I
chilling
wanted,
in
yeah.
the background, but didn't
the
get it.
B-wing, something.
Yeah,
They're like,
SB
you got that in
wing,
Rogue One. We ain't
We
spending
did.
more
Yeah, they're
money.
not going to give it to us again, right?
They're like,
Yeah.
we ain't spending more
Well,
money.
you didn't get it in Rogue One. You just got her name dropped. That's it.
Well, no,
No,
you got the ship.
ghost. You got
The
the
ghost
ghost.
was in it.
The ghost is in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
3 times.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it.
I did think we were going to get Red Squadron, which we did get a little bit of Red Squadron.
Yeah,
but,
we did.
I thought we were going to see some of that in here.
I was trying to see the droids or like helmets to see if they were
Yeah.
like known pilots, but
Right.
I couldn't make them out.
So your boy's still with his little blonde honey.
Yeah.
Gore.
He didn't move on anymore.
No, he kept his gore.
So
P. Diddy. Something vibrating under the bed. What the hell is it?
he thinks it's Luthen, actually.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Apparently, he really did like Luthen. Like,
Yeah.
respected him.
Yeah.
So this was a good scene too, man. I really like how we get to see a little more of K2's humor here.
Mhm.
And he wasn't even being humorous, but it was funny.
Hey, Ralph,
Droid
did
trying
you
to
catch
figure
that?
it out.
George
The
brought it
dominoes?
up. Yeah, so Hispanics playing dominoes.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw the
dude,
Chicos playing dominoes.
Like,
and they're like talking shit to each other. Like,
Well,
just
look,
like we
you got
do.
some rice in that bowl right there.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that
Rice.
that was a legit dominoes game right there.
yeah,
man.
right there. All you need is a Puerto Rican flag on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But I was cool.
What would be the space pirate for the Picard for
Bacardi.
Captain Morgan up there?
Yeah.
Captain
like-
Morgan for the
Be like Captain Calrissian.
Yeah. Somebody needs to do that in AI. Change Captain Morgan to Captain Calrissian.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see
this
if my
is
friend
cool.
can make it.
No, I like how they show more of the relationship with him and Melshi, and then
Yep.
K2. Yeah, this is awesome.
I like how he was trying to figure out a bluff, like
He was
a droid could try to
Yeah.
like, this is highly improbable that you would have like.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope. He was like trying to figure that out.
I like how he says he's trying to droid you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to droid you.
Yeah.
I do want that domino set now, though.
Yeah, that's probably
I'm not
coming.
gonna
man.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I do want that,
It's definitely coming.
Oh, you know it's coming.
and that sounds like when we get together for celebrate or for the park that
May
night.
4th, we'll play the game.
We're drinking and playing dominoes.
So he lets them know that they got a communication, and then we're back to Coruscant. They've already discovered Clea. And then you have this back and forth between Krennic and Patagas, right? Is this guy's name?
Yeah, and then when he's telling him how far do you want me to send this out, he
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
all up in his face.
As far and as deep as you can go.
And then they come up with that story about the some infectious disease or something.
Yeah.
Even he knows
disease.
something's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, yo, what's the deal with this? Why is Krennic here?
Which that tells you how high up he is too.
Mm-hmm.
Later, Chris. Have a good one, man.
See you, buddy.
Have you an extra medium night?
Yeah.
So he waits till they leave, and then these two have a back and forth here.
That's a
And-
funny screenshot.
Well, that's the face. He actually held this face for a little bit.
Did
the
he?
face, he did. So the face though, but he's giving him this look like you're fucked. Is basically what he's telling him.
Yeah.
I like the
You
fact
know?
that they knew each other to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him by his name, his first name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo.
He's like, dude,
Leo Getz.
you're fucked if you can't get this girl in
Leo
his.
Getz. Okay.
Okay.
And then he's over there like, you should have had the Death Star completed already. We've been trying to keep this under
Like,
wraps.
yeah, they're just
you
like
know?
going at each other,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
if you'd
that's
done your
what people
job-
do. People do.
But then here at the end, the look that they give each other is like, this is gonna be the last time we see each other.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because when with what they both said, they're both kind of screwed.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're both hard.
Which I think shedded more light into Rogue One of why like Krennic was so like the way he
Stressed.
was, because like
Yeah.
his ass was literally on the line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was stressed. Every situation he was coming up, just like, oh my god, it's something. It's constantly something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's on his way to Scarif after this, I believe is what he said.
Yeah.
When we get to it, Vinny will go over it.
So yeah, and they said, hey, best luck to both of us. I liked him. I thought he
I
was.
liked him as that role. He was still a jerk.
Yeah.
He did
But-
Not
A
a
good
Krennic
job as
level
that
jerk,
character.
but yeah.
No,
I mean, he just played his role perfectly.
Yeah.
he did. He did a good job with that role.
But I felt like he was, even though he's on the bad guy side, he was trying to mentor these people into being the agency that he needed.
Yep.
Whereas Krennic would have been a completely different type of dick.
Oh yeah, he would.
So
Still trying to
She's
check
still waiting.
if her beeper's gone off or anything.
yeah,
Waiting for her Uber.
these two don't know whether to trust the signal or not.
Mm-hmm.
I love K2, talking to them. He's like, this, we shouldn't be doing this,
Mm-hmm.
Kaz.
I love the way his eyes move.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes talk volume.
Yeah. Yeah.
All his character is in those eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Squad.
So we got the Blue Squadron. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which is so freaking cool, man. If you know
Yeah.
the story,
Yeah, if you
like
know,
that's
yeah.
such a freaking awesome shout out.
Yeah.
like us knowing Rogue One and you saw that, I was like, oh, that
Yeah, when the
kinda
Blue
hurts.
Squadron got called in, I was like, oh yeah,
Well, not just that, man. You know what the deal with Blue Squadron is, right?
yeah.
Like,
The
It was
Red
supposed to be
Squadron was
Blue
supposed to
Squadron
be Blue Squadron,
before
but
they
they
became
couldn't.
red. Yeah.
They were using blue screen technology. They couldn't
Yep.
get it.
Yep. They
I
couldn't
couldn't
love
get it.
those moments when stuff like that comes up, and then you can
Yeah.
tell who the fans are in the theater. Even though the
Yeah.
theater's packed, now you're going to find out who the
Yeah, when
the
they all
hardcore
like,
fans are.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's dope. So they're looking to catch Andor. Andor's already in space. I thought he was taking off, but they're already up there.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
like, peace out. Bye.
Yeah.
I like how K2 was telling them like how many rules and
Yeah.
regulations they broke.
Yeah.
17.
He's like, so no flight plan?
Yeah.
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 Turn off that radio. 18.
K2's great, man. I especially like when they get to Coruscant.
Yeah, exactly, Dwayne. Test flight, no flight plan.
No flight plan. So then this dude's asking Dedra for help, which I was like, I can't believe Dedra helped him. You know? Dedra should have been like, yo, figure it out yourself, man.
And that should show, I mean, that's how incompetent he is. He's still got to go to her to
Yeah.
solve the problem.
Right.
But that kind of speaks volume to her character of like where she's at. Like she's got that unwavered like devotion to the Empire. So even though she's, basically done, she's still giving up that info to help out the cause.
Crazy,
Correct.
man. I've
Vinny
been like,
said, we'll have liked to see K2 play chess with Chewie. Who would pull whose arm out of their
Oh,
socket next?
Right?
that's pretty good.
that's yeah,
That would
right.
be pretty good.
That would have been
funny.
good.
That'd be a cool one, little display for our Hot Toys.
You right?
Have a hollow chess set there and K2 and Chewie.
Yeah. So she tells him, about the communication devices and to be able to
Old
find her.
school.
Like
Yeah.
she knew what she was talking about.
Yep,
Too.
She did.
She did. She knew her shit.
It's fucked up. It's because she's really in there because she's a woman. That's really the reason why she's there.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
So
Because she was the only woman in that
she was.
conference room, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah.
And when those meetings, she was the only
Yep.
one.
Mhm.
She was.
Oh,
You got Marty
he's getting
McFly
his ass
spilling the
chewed out.
beans.
yeah. Because they want to know where he
That's
went.
that look my dad would give me a lot.
This part was great. This is when she's like geeking out over the tech.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, they connected to this. Da.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Look at the face.
so red.
Yeah.
So happy.
She's like super impressed with it.
And his face, he's like, no, this is not the time. She's like, okay.
Corta.
Read the room. Read the room.
But that he realizes that, or she tells him that they've been using the Imperial signal to send this out right under their
Yeah.
noses.
Yep.
He's
Just
like,
make
"Man."
them look like fools.
Yep.
This was funny too, because Melshi's never been to Coruscant, and then
he's
K2's over there talking about, I was in a parade.
Yeah,
You know?
for the emperor.
The Emperor was there.
Bunch of KX droids.
200 of
1,000
them.
KX, 200 of them. Yeah.
There was 200 of them.
Now I wonder if that parade was the K2 droids or the KX droids that were being sent to go attack Mandalore. You know,
Yeah.
Mm.
That
That'd
could
be
have
kinda
been. That would have been. Before that was a cool shot though when they were flying into
Yeah.
Coruscant. Like, yeah,
Coruscant, yeah.
that's freaking cool.
And he's looking out the window like, never been.
he's never seen it before.
Which that is something in the books a lot of times that in different ones it's always talked about how people that have never been to the planet, that's something that they hear about but like you just don't expect to see, and then when you see it you're like, I mean,
Gotta
it was the
imagine
same
it's
thing.
something.
It was the same thing that kind of for all of us when we saw the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it was like,
Right.
wow.
First time we got to see it, we're just like, whoa, okay,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I thought.
I mean, it's like even bring it down to like Earth terms. If you're from like I'm from Florida, you see New York for the first time. You never seen buildings like that before.
Right.
You know,
But now you have a whole planet
now you have a
I mean,
whole planet of it. Yeah.
and it's lighting up. And
That's way
crazy.
bigger than that.
Yep.
They got what, 500 floors, 5,000 floors or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, geez.
Sub levels is crazy. So she's trying to send a signal out. They catch her.
Yeah. That's when.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, we got them shits right now.
Yeah.
Bring my car around.
They're
And
going
he takes
in.
control. He's like, I got it from here. Let me go.
A lot of pretty
Platform.
shots here, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That point cracked me up in there. He's like, "Where's it at? Oh, up there on the corner." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, seriously? There's like 600 rooms up there.
Yep.
This is a really cool shot of this Imperial shuttle.
All right, Lewis, take it easy, bro.
The
See,
police
Lewis,
It's like a
shuttle.
little stubby one.
Good
though,
night,
right?
Sergio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not exactly like the one from Return of the Jedi.
No, it's not.
And you got these guys
I like thought of it was again aliens.
like
Ready?
SWAT, right?
You ready? Yeah, yeah. Like SWAT. We're gonna get some. We're gonna kick some ass.
I like the way he handed him his armor.
Yeah,
I
like hits
saw
him in the
that.
chest with it.
How many
Love
drops
that.
is this for you, Sergeant?
So they're going in.
Yep.
Going
Here's your
into the
target.
projects.
And then they kill communications.
Yep.
You check
Got
out
a
this
weird
guy's
helmet
helmet.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new one.
They forgot to
Vinny,
put the faceplate.
Mhm.
in the books, they talk about that they had to make artificial air.
In Coruscant?
Yeah.
No way.
Mm,
Because of the lack of trees, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about.
There was
Damn.
they had to make air.
That makes me feel that makes me think of Spaceballs, bro.
I was about to say the can.
And hey, I wonder if that is what they were thinking of. Maybe
That's
somebody read the
crazy.
books and they were like, "That's an absurd idea. We're using that."
Later, Santino.
Yep.
That's
Later,
crazy, man.
Snoke.
That's when he realized he's losing communication.
Yeah, he loses communications.
Hello, can you hear me now?
This whole part was intense, man.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. They just
'Cause
parked
you
that ship
saw they
right
were
there.
coming
Shuttle
for
was
him,
cool.
and they were just chit chatting when they found her. I'm like,
Mhm.
you got to get the hell out. Get her in the freaking.
Mhm.
Get her in the
That's
car.
that stubby shuttle.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll be a micro machine soon. I mean, a micro galaxy.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Dude, this reminded me of Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters and aliens as well. Like beep, beep, beep,
Oh
beep,
shit, that's
motion-
right. Yeah, aliens too.
Motion detector. They're right outside the door, man.
That's crazy. I didn't think about
We're
that.
gonna
Yeah.
die, man. We're gonna die.
Can't be sealed. Oh shit.
Now I gotta watch that. Damn it.
Yeah. And now you want to watch aliens?
So then he's there to rescue her.
She
Dude,
have it in
they
her back
had his
pocket.
hair so good too.
They did.
when-
Looks just like from Rogue
Rogue One. When
One.
you put on
Yeah.
Rogue One, it connects right in there.
Mm-hmm. Which now kind of makes me understand why they did the Rogue One figure for Hot Toys, you know?
Yeah.
Because definitely at the end of the show, he looks like that anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's when she answered. She's like, "It had to be you."
Yeah.
She's like, fucking asshole. Out of everybody.
No, I didn't get it like that. You think that's I mean, I looked at
That's
it
the
as
way-
she was
He's the most reliable one. So
Yeah.
here's a dire situation, so of course it's gonna be you
yeah.
Gotcha.
because nobody
I
else
don't-
can get it done.
But she has respect for him, you know, especially after
She
we
does.
saw in the last arc. And like she was impressed with the way he got Mon Mothma out.
Well, I think it's more to do with probably he's the only one that survives.
Yeah, that too.
Luthen probably gets everybody else killed.
Yeah. I think the look is more of admiration
Yeah,
Then,
I agree.
you
I
know,
agree.
and relief also. Like imagine if it was somebody else.
That's true, Chris.
One relationship with Andor, and I'll get to it when they did surprise me, you know. Yeah, K2's armor, right?
Yeah,
Because
K2's
in Rogue One, it wasn't. Rogue One, it got
Yeah,
got
he
destroyed by the shots.
I think he took a beating though. Like it took, it took all that to get him. Yeah,
Yeah,
here they were chit chatting it up, and I'm like, oh my god, they're coming.
I know,
they're coming.
and they're coming
And
up
mind
the
you, you
stairs.
know Cassian's gonna live,
Yeah,
but you're like, come on, what the hell's going on?
Somebody else was bringing that. I was watching some other streams and they were talking like, you know what happens with the characters, but you're still being intense. Actually, it was you, Raph, that brought it up.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you brought it up last week that you know
It's
what's going to
intense.
happen, but it's still you're like,
Yeah,
come on, man.
Still, let's
Yeah.
go, let's go. Something's gonna happen.
yeah. So she's trying to give all the information to him so that he can go,
Yeah,
and he's like, no, you're coming with me to Yavin.
yeah. Repeat the words.
Yeah.
Death Star, Galen, blah blah blah. And he's like, "No, you're coming with."
She don't want to
doesn't wanna
go.
She
Yeah,
didn't
but
want to
she
go to
knows.
Yavin. Yeah,
Well, she knows it's because of how
they think
strange
about
they are
Luthen.
from the rest of them, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They think different of Luthen, and they think to do things differently.
Mm-hmm.
This
and
right here, the police was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But you hadn't seen that. And of
No.
course, typical Ansel's just sitting here like, legs up, waiting for everybody else.
the mirror part of that is when she's telling Cassian all that, about the Death Star and Galen and all this, and it's all that information, and he's like, okay, so we need to go, you're coming with us. But when Jin is telling him about the plans and everything, he's like, did anybody else see it? Did anybody else see the hologram? He don't believe her because he doesn't trust her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Are you with
You
us?
think that's what you get from that? See, like I look at it as that he was given this information here and he brought it to the council when he got back to Yavin, and they didn't believe him. They didn't believe him because they didn't have actual proof. They didn't believe her. So he already knew that if you don't have an actual, physical evidence to show these people,
that's true. Yeah.
They're not gonna believe you anyway.
Okay, yeah, nope, you're right. And I will only say that once.
This was great, man. He's like, "Are you with us?" And he waits for a second. He's like, "Nope."
Yeah. Boom. Look at that. You made sure you gave some good screenshots on that, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. I was positive.
Yeah.
Stop motion photography.
How many times did you do that?
I went back and forth a few times. I love this scene. It was great. He throws that dude in here, and then you hear him yelling through the microphone. That was great.
Although I think the smack he gave Cassian in Rogue One was better.
Yo.
And there's another one where that came from.
That was great. And these guys, they think they got the right one, but then they got the wrong apartment.
Abuelo?
Yeah. Check out the old man though, man. Like, she's shocked, but look at the old man. Old man's looking at them like, okay, but then look, he's like looking over at her like, you did it. It's her. You know what I mean?
Pointing the finger on the bottom.
Yeah.
I like the end of it when he's just standing there drinking his coffee.
This is a good conversation too here. She brings up how much Luthen did. And then they're directly below. Here's the part you're talking about where they're drinking the coffee.
Look, he's just standing there drinking. Like, he's so casual about it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we this happens to us quite often.
They're like, don't care. It's just another day.
Yeah. And then she's telling him, it's a good thing that Luthen stayed because you would never know about these the Death Star plans. And then this episode ends with them coming down the hallway.
Yeah, it left you in the panic. It left
Right.
you like, oh crap, it's coming.
Right. So then we got the last episode.
Yep.
Each one of these episodes had a lot of action in it, actually.
It did. It is, yeah.
I think the last two had more than the first one was more story driven.
Well, the first one, she stormed the hospital.
She stormed the hospital, yeah.
She was killing people, bombing people. She was bombing Naboo.
Okay, it was all right.
Yeah.
Okay. But this was cool. I
It
still
wasn't no
understand why she's
hallway
fighting
scene.
about it.
I'll tell you that right now.
We got the hallway scene here in a little bit.
Yeah.
So this guy's panicking. You got this dude's head got smashed in there.
His head went.
What?
Look how far. Look at that hole.
Yeah, you put a hole in the damn thing.
Yep.
Blood everywhere.
Good night.
K2's nuts, man.
He's freaking destructive.
Yeah, he is.
Skinny little arms. It's like an orangutan.
Yeah.
Super strong. It's like an Italian mobster's house.
It is, right? All the
I
plastic.
got plastic everywhere.
Yep.
That
Poor
dude, when he
Mousy.
walks out, man, he's like, oh.
Yeah. So what I walk into. So they come back in, and then you got K2 coming on. This is the way he picks this guy up. It's like lift. Bam.
Smash.
They do like throwing humans around.
They do look at Remember how he
Kick
had the K2 kick the wall?
Yeah.
The barrier.
Yeah, the barrier.
The Gorman. Yeah.
Launch this guy, man.
Spinal damage.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. The droid is cool. I like the close up of the grenade because I have one of these, but it don't light up like that.
No, this isn't
Oh, really?
a thermal. This is a flash.
It's a
Yeah.
flash. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
tactical.
flashbang.
Now I want one of
crazy.
these grenades too.
Yeah, I want one of
Rex?
those grenades too. When I go
That's
visit
dope.
my ex-wife's
I
house,
want one
toss
to.
it in there.
Well, I want to use it at the Walmart.
I wonder if
Wanna
Roman Props is going to make one because Roman Props made the grenades for the Mandalorian.
Ah, nice.
Mm.
So they have the schematics for it.
That's when he's like, "Oh shit."
Yes,
Yeah.
something just comes flying in that nobody out there is
Nobody
friendly,
kicked
and
it?
you're just gonna look at it.
No,
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
kick it, especially that it's round. Kick it out.
Yeah, it explodes.
Oof.
She gets knocked out.
He's
He's
disoriented.
stunned.
Yeah.
I don't know how Melshi didn't really get hit too bad with it.
Oh, maybe it was further back, but
Yeah.
he survived it. He was just
I
holding
think
down the
didn't
fire.
he like turn away?
Maybe he turned away.
I think he turned away.
Yeah, it was just those two. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was further up and
Yeah.
around the wall. So he
Yeah.
didn't catch the brunt of it.
She got a good dose of it.
Yes, she did. So they get a firefight.
Look at you with the freaking blaster shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then
27
K2 comes in
floor.
with a
Finally
big
see him
gun.
walking in with a blaster. I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
dang, it's about
Yeah.
to go down.
Very
like
Terminator like.
Dun, 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 dun.
Loved it, man.
Yep.
He's coming in shooting things, and then this dude.
Yep. And he hears it. What the hell is that coming down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is it
There
right
you
here.
go.
Look at
That's the
that.
Yep.
scene. The broken neck.
Dude
Like a
uses
rag
him
doll.
like a shield, man.
Yep.
That was the
That's
equivalent
a
of
great
like
shot right there.
of
That's a great shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
look at that.
Baby, you're a firework. That's all I think.
And he clears the way. He's like, I cleared the way.
I cleared the way, Cassian. Let's go.
Yeah. I hear you, Chris.
Let me tell you, if I had to choose between Chewbacca and K2, I'd take a K2.
I don't think you got to actually see Chewie in action though.
Listen, the most we saw was in the sequels, but I still don't think it was.
So he knows he's screwed now.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
fucking it. Yeah, because he can't call anybody else for support because
Right.
they're all looking for the diseased woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Which-
cover that he wanted to put
yeah,
out.
the cover
That
that
was
he
funny how-
wanted that the
How
kid.
he said that. He's
Yeah.
like,
He's like, shit,
Fuck.
why did I make that up?
Yeah. That's a meat shield, OBP says.
The meat shield. Then they get away just as the police start showing up.
Yep. Keeping her alive. He's got his Apple Watch.
Yeah, you get the Apple Watch.
And his blood pressure. All right, let's get on out of here.
I like
Oh
what
my
K2 said is like if there was any doubt about his worth.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, yeah,
And Cassian doesn't say anything about it, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
More shots of the hangar.
That was
Yeah.
actually a pretty long shot of just focusing on the X-wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it shows him working on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So then you got Mon Mothma talking to Saw Gerrera,
Yeah, he's still giving her shit because
which is cool because in Rebels they show the same type
The
of
rebels, they do the
Correct.
same. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Rebels they were having crap. No,
yeah. So this is all setting up Rogue One.
absolutely. From here on out, it's just setting up Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
She looks great. She looks just like Mon Mothma did in Rogue One.
She does.
She doesn't have all the fancy glitter, the makeup, the wardrobe. She's just, this is all I got.
But did you
Everybody
notice-
but Bail Organa looked.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bale did good. I mean, what's his name? Did a good job.
Oh
Benjamin,
yeah, yeah,
he
he
did a good job as Bale.
But did you guys notice that it seemed like Bale was the leader of it?
Yeah,
Like everybody
Yeah.
seemed to look for him for the final word.
Yep.
Yep.
And I thought it was Mon.
I thought it was Mon also.
Yeah.
But I guess
know?
she was kind of lower. She was lower in that Senate than he was, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when Alderaan
So
happened,
and that's why.
wow,
And
he got
then
a
well,
promotion.
whoever he was on Alderaan, so he's probably he's ruling it probably.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and then when he
Maybe I don't know.
when he was on Alderaan, she got a promotion.
See, it's crazy because when Jimmy Smits played him, I
Mhm.
got a completely different feel for Bale.
I agree.
You know?
I thought they were equals when Jimmy
It's because
played
Yeah.
him.
Benjamin Brett's a better actor. I'm just saying.
I like Benjamin.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I like Jimmy, but he did a good job.
Yeah, like
I like-
like him, I could take him a little more. Like not to say that I could take him more seriously, but Jimmy plays like a better father kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
version
I
of
agree
him,
with
right?
that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it
I
was
would like
funny
to
though
see
because when
Jimmy do his Dexter character because that's when
Yeah.
like when he's chilling with Dexter, he gets that darkness
Oh
to come
yeah,
out of him.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I would like to have
okay.
seen something like that.
yeah. I
but-
forgot
Yeah.
about that. He was in that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The it was funny though because when I watched Rogue One, I was like, "Damn, they changed Bale." I was like, "Wait, no, that is the original Bale."
Yeah, they changed him again, right? Yeah. So he seems like him and the relationship between him and Andor is strained. They don't
Yeah.
seem to like each other too much.
Yeah, I think it's because he's loose and he does whatever he wants.
Mm.
He doesn't fall
And-
in line.
Well, maybe in culture wise too. Remember, because like Leia was saying that Alderaan was a peaceful planet. They didn't even have any weapons, and then he knows what. Well, Bale knows what Luthen did
Mhm.
or how he was, and then Cassian's like his right hand man.
True.
So
Yeah, the history, right?
probably why they don't see eye to eye on everything.
Right. I love that they bring the Admiral into this. Like he talks about it, but then they show him later.
Radis.
Radis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's in Rogue One also. This
Well,
guy,
this guy? Yeah, he-
communication
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
the-
he does.
He's the one that brings them the information, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one that says, "Hey, they're there. They're on Scarif."
Yeah.
Yeah.
fighting.
He's the one that. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, there he is, Radis right there.
Yep.
Very cool, Mon Calamari.
Because he dies on Scarif, right? Radis? He gets
No.
No, he
he
gets
They
away?
get. Yeah. No. Wait.
No, I
They
think his
disable his
gets-
ship.
Yeah.
They
His
disable his ship.
got disabled. Yep.
They do disable his ship. You're
That's
right.
right. Yep. His was.
I don't know if he
That's
gets
where the
taken
t-
out, but he gets
That's when the
disabled.
Tantive drops out.
Right, and gets away.
I
Right,
can't
right.
see him running too far. And the
Yeah.
captain does go down with his ship. So
True.
Squish, squish, splash, splash.
So he's coming in hot.
Shoo.
This is where we get Red Squadron.
Yep. They're right next to him.
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Yeah, he waves
Hi.
at
Waving.
Yeah, nice landing.
Everybody's out there with guns. He's like, "Hello?"
Yeah, right.
Like,
Like-
grounded.
Like I still don't understand why they came at him like that. You know.
Well, I mean, he disobeyed orders, and they didn't know what the hell he was bringing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Could've
you
been
don't
a
know.
trap,
who-
yeah.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
they got somebody there that they don't know who it is, and they're
That's why he
True.
tells K2,
Jumpy.
go ahead and turn off, and and get her to Meg, and you guys go to quarters.
that's
Right.
so disrespectful. I think that's like the most disrespectful thing that these
Turn
in
yourself
Star
off.
Wars when
Yeah.
they say to
Yeah.
the droids, it's
Then
like,
turn it off?
shut yourself down. It's like go put yourself in a timeout.
OBP, yeah, that's a good one, right? K2 says, "I'm telling you that they kidnapped me."
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
See, I love those one-liners from him, man. It makes for the show, makes for the movie. So that's what he tells them to power down, and then he goes before the council, and the council is like very disrespectful to Luthen,
Yeah.
and
They
Mon.
don't trust them. Like he burned all the bridges between them, so you don't trust, or they don't trust him at all.
Yeah, but he saved Mon, and she knows that Luthen saved Mon. So it's like I don't get why she doesn't stand up for him at all.
For any of these people, to me to have any type of respect for them, I would have to have some kind of story or something showing what they've contributed, because otherwise they haven't contributed a damn thing, and they're having all
Yeah.
this strong opinion. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
What?
I've never watched Law and Order, so I don't know who it was. What's the guy who played
Oh.
Bail Organa, the same dude from Law and Order? Was that Jimmy
Jimmy
Smith?
Smits was.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Jimmy Smith. Okay.
he was in Law and Order. Yeah, so they're all questioning the legitimacy of what the information that he's bringing. And then he said that Luthen died.
Yep.
And everybody else is pretty much being disrespectful to the memory of Luthen. And I like
Correct.
how Cassian defends him. And then Jimmy, or did I say Jimmy? Bale asked him, he said, "When was the last time you saw Luthen?" He's like, "A year ago when he had me save Mon."
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
duly noted.
Yeah. Because they realized, like, oh yeah, I was probably going to have her killed
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I fucked up, and my team was fucked.
That was funny.
Yeah. Remember when your people dropped the ball?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was there to recover.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And then this is where he tells him about the guy that he meets in Rogue One. His name starts with a K. I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah, he's been
Tivik?
sending messages like
You mean Tivik?
Tivik,
Tivik,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, not
It
K.
was-
Ends in a
he's-
K.
Yeah, but he's been sending messages like, "Hey, I need Andor. I need him. I need him. I
Yeah.
need him." And like it's pretty important.
Yep, agreed. Typical politicians.
Yep.
So she's in a bad way. These two
Yeah.
have a drink when she tells him that she needs her to go spy on Cassian.
Yeah, she just wants to validate the data.
Mhm.
She wants to make sure.
It seems like they aged her a little bit, or maybe it's just a haircut.
Maybe I think it's a haircut.
I think it's the haircut
Yeah.
because she looks younger, and I mean, obviously, years passed, but
Yeah.
Learn how to type.
lets him know that Luthen died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is Benjamin Bratt that was in Law and Order. Wasn't Jimmy Smith's.
It wasn't. I
Okay.
thought Jimmy Smith
Nope.
was in.
Nope.
Okay.
Has Benjamin Bratt. Detective Ronaldo Curtis.
All right. So he says again, Tivik's looking for Andor. Got a nice shot of an X-wing helmet here.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris, it was good that they brought some of those people back.
Yeah.
It really helped to tie it back, to tie it in.
It did.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't kidding, man. You really do like watch the end of this and then go straight into Rogue
Straight
One.
into Rogue One. You
Yep.
just watch it.
I don't know where she was going when she walked out into the jungle.
I think she was going back to her place, but then
She remembered
saw
there's
her
monsters
getting-
out there, and she's like, "Oop, nope."
Right? That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking a monster was going to come eat her. I'm like, that'll explain why she's not in the rest of the movie.
Rawr.
Right?
Yeah, and then
He's
he's
listening.
listening to the actual
The speech from the guy in the first
from
season.
the kid. Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty
And
crazy.
he was like, "What the who?" Like, I don't think he knows who wrote this, who is the author of this, but he's just pitching it. The kid did such a good job. He's like, "It is a flame. I can't compete with this."
Yeah. But he knows the kid's right.
He
You know?
knows the kid's right. It's brittle.
He's been
Yeah.
fighting it. He's been fighting it for what, 5-6 years now at this point?
He said total authority or something like that is brittle.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot of work, and he's like, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah. He knows that they beat him anyway.
Yep.
So he's supposed to go up against or in front of the Emperor.
Yep.
It's like, fuck that.
He's gonna go in front of Diddy.
Yeah.
Trying to go
Yeah.
see the Diddley. Trying to see Diddler. Let's go.
said fuck that.
And he's like,
That's
"Hold on,
exactly what he said. He's like,
let me
I'll
gather
take the
my
gun.
thoughts. Let me gather my thoughts.
And that dude knows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Oh yeah.
There's your
That's
other
what I
deal.
thought.
That's a freaking awesome gun, man.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
black
that one's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
headshot.
Yeah, so he shoots himself. And then
Yeah,
Clea's
that's
out there in the
what
jungle. She talks about Bix to him in this scene.
Yep.
You know,
should
and
try
then-
to catch up with her.
Yeah. And he's like, maybe after this is all done. And she tells him, don't wait too long, which is sad because, we know that he dies.
Yeah.
So does she know like that there's a baby?
No.
I don't know, man.
It's not.
It does make it
Not
seem like she
clear.
knows where she's at, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking she knew maybe a little bit more than what she let on right there because she's like really pushing it to be like, you should probably hit her up and maybe not drag your feet.
Yeah, right? Yeah, maybe. That would be interesting.
She knows who she is, so she's like, "Come here."
Yeah. Which is cool, because when she came looking for her in Coruscant, Claire was bitchy with her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just need to hug it out.
Mm-hmm.
Hug it out.
So then he's like, they let us loose. He's like, they kicked us out. He talks
Yeah.
too much or something. He's like, that's not what happened. Oh man.
K2's kind of like Drax in
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like
Very
a very
much.
literal type of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect humor. So he tells him that you're released. You got to go meet that guy on Kafrine. I think is what the name of the planet's called.
Kafrine.
Kafrine. So
Happening.
this all sets up Rogue One.
They really should have changed
Perfectly.
their ranking system though, because all I see is a big domino on their shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You gonna order pizza?
I see Purina dog chow or whatever.
Oh, the Frito.
You're supposed to deliver this message in 30 minutes or less. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
So then they're telling Bale, you got to listen to us. And then he has this flashback of his sister. So I mean, I get the idea is that if this is who he's fighting for, one of the people that molded him to become who he is, the memory of her.
Mm-hmm.
But it also kind of gives me that thing of like, yo, you never tied this up at all. Like at the beginning, he's looking for her, and you never even showed what happened at that point.
Yeah, because that's kind of the downside of choosing this way of making somebody feel emotional. Because then if this is driving him so much, well, now we're kind of attached to this character and we want to know what happened to her.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So and then he wakes him up. He's like, boop.
I like what he says.
Yeah. So weird waking up humans. Something like that.
No, he's like, he tells him, that guy you don't like is here.
Oh, that guy you don't like is here. Yes. Yes. He does say that, man. That's great. That's great.
He definitely stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then he tells him that, if I'm going to go down, I want to go down swinging. And then he's like, you probably would have.
Yeah. I'm going to go sit on Alderaan.
Yeah, right.
I hope you were swinging them arms around.
Well, he don't go to Alderaan just yet, right? He doesn't go to
No.
Alderaan until Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he said I'll trust her with everything.
Right. Yeah. So he sends him off, and then you see him getting suited up.
Oh, yeah, that was true. He did say, may the force be with you.
He did
Yeah,
say, "May
he
the
did.
force be with you."
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And you see the soldiers.
This was cool. That was a cool little.
That was pretty
Training.
dope.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I don't know
alien.
what I've been told.
That little alien dude, I like him.
Yeah, he was in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
That dude looks like Dan Bongino.
Yeah, I like all the pans of everything,
Yep.
seeing everybody that he ran into. This, I can't believe they went back to this.
Go back. Hold on, we'll go back.
Yeah.
Back. That's cool for them showing that because her as a leader and she's hanging out with
She's
the
with
grunts.
the people.
Yeah.
She's with the grunts. The other
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
you don't see that.
True.
Well, I like how, because that right there instantly, I recalled the Rebels where she's like, I'm on the front line with you. I'm not fighting
Yeah.
it from the Senate. I'm with
Right.
you on the front lines. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Right.
that's perfect for it.
Cool. Good catch.
They did dissolve the Senate in A New Hope.
And then you hope, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was right before the staff meeting that Vader was trying to
The
choke people out.
Emperor has decided
Right.
I want control.
The other thing too is that since we don't get a space battle in this one, and we do get it in Rogue One,
Yep.
and then in Rebels we see that that's where the Alliance all the Alliance ships seem to come together after Mon Mothma's final speech
Yep.
Yeah.
in that episode, right?
Yeah,
So
season 4.
I'm wondering if in Rogue One that is the first time that the Alliance as a whole fights
I think
on
that is true. I think that is true.
Yeah.
That's the way I took it as when I saw it last night.
Yeah, when I saw it last night, I saw that as a feeling I got. Like this is the
Yeah.
first time they got all together to actually have their first
And it
assault
took-
on.
It took Jin and them to take that ship without orders and go do it for them to start doing that.
That would be funny.
Vinny, you think so?
Nah.
I
No
like it. I'm going with that.
You're going with that one, but more than Poe? I think I'd be more down for Poe.
The
Nah,
hell with
but
Poe.
Poe's family's
Poe's
already
born.
been determined.
Yeah. He was born 2 years after
Okay.
Yavin.
Okay.
That's
Never
one
mind.
hell of a baby.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
this
oh
guy,
boy.
I can't believe they brought it back to him.
Yeah. So he's sleeping with the guy's Davos's wife.
Yeah, Davos's wife.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just kill him off?
I know. I really wanted to see him die. He was such an asshole.
I did
Yeah.
too.
So
And to me, that's like a new morning for her. She's like,
right.
it's different.
And I like how they show the two side by side because you got her and then they show
A new morning
Deidre.
for her.
Dude, that
Right?
right
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
So she has freedom, right? Or as free as she could be here.
Yeah.
And then she's in a cell.
Yep. But they're both with their people now.
Mm-hmm.
And she collapses. She's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I
That-
like how she's like a stone right there, like her normal. And the
Mhm.
thing that we learned earlier is the real her lights got to
When
be
the lights-
out.
Yeah, lights
So as
gotta
soon
be
as the
out.
lights cut out here, we
She-
saw
she
her
breaks down.
Oh yeah,
break
good
down.
point.
So I was
good
like, oh,
point.
that is beautiful. That is
Yeah.
Good
beautiful the way
point.
they did that.
Yeah.
She thinks the dark hides mask her insecurities.
Right. And he sees the force wielder or
Uh-huh.
Force
The
user.
healer.
the healer.
Yeah,
Then you
Dwayne.
get this cut from Jeddah, which is cool. Lays up
Yep.
Rogue One.
Yeah, that's the last place he was standing too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the last place.
Yeah, and actually in the beginning of Rogue One, or not the beginning, but when they show him on Jeddah, this is where you see him at the beginning of it too. You see
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
standing
so
there.
apparently he likes looking out that window a lot.
Yeah, it's a nice window.
It's got a good view.
Good view.
Which I think Ralph also, when we were talking about like no space battle, because he was
Mhm.
doing raids here. So I don't know
Right.
if that's why the fleet wasn't flying, because he's
Yeah.
doing raids here. So I think that kind of explained why
Yeah.
we didn't get it yet.
Yeah.
Don't help them, Mike.
So good. It's so good though.
You got Krennic
then
in front of the
Homeboy.
Death Star.
He's
I mean, they
waiting
really
for
just
the laser to be the laser
yeah.
thing to be put on. and
Which we
that's
see
it.
that at the beginning of Rogue One also.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, Dwayne. Think DJ
Now, the
stepped
only-
on the floor.
Now, I think they explain a little bit of the continuity here, but there is some little things that, so when we see him on Kafrene in Rogue One, we don't get K2 just yet. So he could have been left on the ship. So I guess
Correct.
that it could be said that way. But right after that scene there, we see Jin getting rescued by K2.
Yes.
You
we
know,
do.
but Cassian's not with him at that point. They don't show
Yeah.
Cassian with K2.
And they had a separate mission.
Right. So, but they leave together to Kafrene here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what he's saying is that when did that happen with Jin?
Right.
Mm.
So it had to happen after the information.
That's what I think. I think
Yeah, yeah.
this part happens first, and then the Jin part happens afterwards.
Right. So
But
there's
the
a
way
lot
they
of
show it in
continuity
the
on there.
the way they show it, it seems like the two of them are at separate points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it takes off, and then we get back here and we see B2 Emo's got a little girl. So, well, that's
Playing
what I
some
think
tag.
anyway. Got a little play date thing.
It's got a play date
And then we see Bix with the baby.
with Cassian Jr. Junito.
Not Poe.
Yeah. Not Poe.
Napo.
But who? And are we gonna get
Uh-huh.
a spinoff with him
Maybe.
or her?
But I saw somewhere else say it, and I thought the same thing. It's very Luke Skywalker looking into the future. When he saw the twin sons, but she's seeing hope. She's seeing it's bright. I'm at peace. And this is something that Cassian has given me.
Mhm.
Not to mention what I'm holding in my hand. He gave me that one too.
Right.
But so for me, then you watch Rogue One,
Boom.
and it was
And New Hope.
so when you first watch Rogue One, for me, whenever I first watched it years ago,
Mhm.
I thought the story was about Jin. But
Nope.
then you watch this, it's about Cassian,
Cassian.
Yep.
which is kind of the same formula that was in the original trilogy, where the original 3 movies, you think the story's about Luke, but then you get the prequel and it's actually about Anakin.
It's about
Mhm.
Daddy. This
Yeah.
is great. He did an excellent job. I mean, we cannot rave about it anymore. I know some people, it wasn't their cup of tea. I don't know how, but it was very Born Identity. It was very cool, and no lightsabers, no Jedis, no nothing like that. No force push or anything, but it was still very Star Wars. And we got to see
Oh,
the
for sure.
origin of many, many different things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, playing the video games back in the 90s, we knew about the plans of the Death Star, but how did they get those? How did Leia get it? That's been answered was Rogue One. And then how did he become who he became? Has been answered was this.
Which is crazy because it's not even a character that I thought that I would want to see something about.
Correct.
And then after season 1, I had my things with it because it was slow.
Yeah.
But I think this season here just saved the whole thing.
But it was a political thriller at the same time, with even Mon Mothma dealing with what she had to deal with.
Mhm.
She was fighting how she could fight. He was fighting how he could fight. Luthen was doing what he could do. They all melded together to make the rebellion to what it is or what it became. But everybody had a part to play, and without one of them, it would all fail.
I think the thing with season one, the thing with season 1 versus season 2 is that season 1 was like very, very. It had a lot of information put into that point, that 12 episode arc, and it only took place over that 1 year. So it was just, in some points it felt to me like it was just too much information, like we didn't need to have an extra scene in or an extra whole episode dedicated to the prison, or seeing Cyril eat cereal 3 times over. We get the idea behind that. This one was a little more fast paced, or a little more paced a little better than season 1. You had more humor in this one. You had more action in this one.
And due to the three episode block, that helped.
Yeah, the 3 episode block helped.
That helped out a lot.
But as a whole, I mean, I gotta say Andor is right up there with the best Star Wars I've ever freaking seen, bro.
Yeah,
it's 7.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's what, 13? So 13 episodes. Well, longer than that. Well, how many was season 1?
12. So 12.
Well, it's 25.
20 counted Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah. I mean, you got to throw that in, and it completes it.
Yeah, it does complete it.
So
that's what I was saying earlier today. From season 1 all the way to the end of Rogue One, that story arc is probably some of the best Star Wars we've gotten.
Mm-hmm. And you don't finish that Rogue One, then you start A New Hope.
Yeah, and then you roll right into that. And that block right there changes A New Hope too. Like everything gives a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The few people that I've talked to, they're like, "Man, Andor sucks." I'm like, "Well, why?" And they're like, "It's boring." I'm like, "Dude, they're telling the story of the rebellion, like how it all got started. Like, yeah, there's some parts that are slow, but if you listen to the dialogue and everything that's going into it, it makes New Hope way better."
It does.
And
it makes New Hope
they're
better.
just missing them, and that's okay. It's not for everybody, but if they invest a little bit more time, maybe they might like it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I liked it more after I saw season 1 over again. But again, I had all of the episodes at once at that point. I think if you could sit through it, it's much better than doing the 1 episode a week with that, because you wait all week for these episodes, right? And you wait to see what's the next exciting thing that's going to happen, and then you get there and it's a very slow paced, grunge through, and then you don't really get a payoff until like 6 episodes in. So that's where I think where people fall off. It's just like, man, it's like we don't have enough of something to I guess sedate our appetite or something like that, right? Whereas these, you had three together. 1 was probably a little on the slower side, and then at least 1 or possibly 2 had a lot of action or a lot of intense moments that kept you going. Muddled in with a little bit of dry humor in there. It made it a lot more entertaining, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm all for like a drama piece. There's plenty of movies I've watched where you have that. It's just the problem was that we're expecting Star Wars, and that's what happened
You're
with it.
expecting
And
lightsabers,
well, not even lightsabers. Just there's a certain formula to it.
Yeah,
and then
but it's got out of the formula completely.
The second season delivered on a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff, and plus, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea. Where they did take a. It's kind of like what you had with Batman, right? 1989 Batman was awesome, but then you had the Christopher Nolan one, which took a more realistic approach to it, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, this is pretty damn good.
That was good.
And it's the same thing with this, where this is a more realistic version. Now, what I would love to see with this, and I think would be freaking phenomenal, imagine the Jedi, but with this type of format, with the lightsabers and everything. Oh, dude, that would be woo.
Or a darker version of it,
or even just like a Sith story with a
dark
story.
We need.
I want a Sith story.
Dude,
I want a Sith story
like this. Oh, this would be.
Yeah.
They need a Sith story. And
I thought we got
Acolyte
one with
was
Acolyte.
No,
that's what Acolyte was supposed to be.
No, but
It was supposed to be.
I don't want a Sith
Mike.
story about Sith versus Jedi. I want a Sith story about Sith versus Sith, how they stabbed each other in the back, how they grew, about their background, their lore.
Oh, like the rule of 2?
The rule of 2,
Yep.
how that came about. I don't want to see, we're going to go up against 1 billion Jedis, and I don't need that. I already got that in Attack of the Clones. I want to see the backstabbing. I want to see the conniving. I want to see them infiltrate and put their pieces into play. That's what I want. I want the chessboard.
True. Yeah. Well, this was really, really cool, man.
And it did completely, like, it changed how I saw Rogue One. So that was awesome to, like, I got one movie and 2 different versions of it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, OBP says the thing I didn't like about season 1, not enough Star Wars like characters, aliens, stormtroopers, stuff that we know from Star Wars. See, going into Andor season 1, what you remember is Rogue One, right? For that character. Yeah, exactly. And if you go back and watch Rogue One right now, Rogue One it feels the most like Star Wars compared to the 3, you know. So it's like the first season of Andor is jarring because of that. You know,
you're right.
And I think that, you know, it's like if we saw, I don't know what like we do. I don't know what to compare that to. Really,
if you saw Jurassic Park, and then we go back to the pre of it, and they're just messing with the DNA, and like they're just doing the building blocks.
It's too much information.
It's not going to be Jurassic Park. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's my T-Rex eating someone?
Yeah.
So to this point, thanks you for everybody that tuned in, watching the watch party or doing the watch party with us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
It was fun hanging out with everybody.
It was. Yeah, it was a good time. But with that, man, we're almost at 3 hours again. I don't know that we're gonna have 3 hour long episodes.
It's not gonna happen again until probably the end of the year. The end of the year.
The next TV show or the next movie.
Well, all the stuff that'll release for the holidays.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, even when we do collectible newsreels and the regular news, we still managed to keep it within 2 hours. Yeah. So Andor really stretched it.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good problem we had.
That's what Diddy said.
Lots to talk about, as opposed to, well, that sucked.
You heard? That's what Diddy said. He really stretched it.
Oh, you need to stay out of that courtroom, dude.
Crazy crap.
Anyway, everybody, thanks for coming. Mike, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, Mike.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Everybody, I hope you all have a great weekend. Make sure you tune in to the Spice Runners tomorrow. They're going to have a great show like they always do. And until next time, may the force be with you.
Get better, Scott.
Yeah, man. See ya.